Da 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 da. What's going on? How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Oh, how has you all's day been? Hope everyone is well. Tavares has started us off with the good garbage day. Oh, and then he said good snowy day. You can't make this up. Y'all shout out to my moms, the S Files up in here. Miss Kogo, I see you. Thank you all so much for being patient with me as I had to push this back. And then we're still late, so my apologies. That's on me. I do still work during the week, so I have to get things in order. How are you all doing? How's you all's Monday? We're gonna have some fun. I was originally going to do this just on my second channel alone, but I was like, why not? I want you all to hit that like button as you come in. I want you all to make sure that you hype this video up. And I want you to share it. If you are not subscribed, shame on you. I, the queen of YouTube, encourage you to hit that subscribe button. We're going to get into it. We have a couple videos to check out. Dealing with Umar the Oompa Loompa. And we're going to kick it off with the video that Enterprise has done. He went up to the school again, as he said he will continue to do every time Umar goes out and lies about something being ready. You can't make this up. We're still waiting on the permit for anything to be inspected, for any certificate of occupancy to be rendered, or any evidence that it has insurance on the building. Otherwise, that is not going to open. It is what it is. Y'all, how y'all feeling? I feel pretty good. I'm in my John Wick mood. So after this, I will be watching John Wick tonight. It's going to lullaby me to sleep. I love John Wick. He just goes in, does what he needs to do, get it done, and then he goes home to dog. And they live happily ever after. Can't make this up. Shout out to John Wick fans out there. Y'all hit the phone if you like John Wick. How you doing, Miss Kogo and Kogo? Oh, man. Francisco, what's going on? Sweet DJ, what's happening? Shout out to my moms. Everybody speak to everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, man. Valerie told, hey, lady, how you doing? What's going on? We got Dana Hawks up in here. Love you so much. Love you, laugh. Thank you, y'all. Melinda, what's going on? I am good. Saint, how you doing? Laurie, how's it going? User 225 already in here. 199 super. It's me. I'm catfishing Harlem Conscious Bingo. Oh, we're gonna get to that. Yeah, all these dating apps, y'all, they got to have something called Under the Sea Turtle dating app. Find your sea turtle mate. I've been coming up with all kinds of puns. It's a fish. Swingle mingle. We could go on forever. Catfishing, the dating app. Turtle edition. You can't make this up. Oh man. When I have to sit here and file a counter for a false copyright strike on some bullshit because somebody didn't like my commentary. Oh yeah, I have the right to exercise my freedom of speech and expression, to have a full comedy hour on your ass. Yes, I do. And I will exercise that right. So y'all, just to sear it in, we're having a virtual rent party. So you guys, if you would like to support the channel and support this virtual rent party that this person thinks that I can't pay. Yeah, hit the Cash App and the Zelle and the supers. Oh, man. See, I know I can put you to shame, girl. Oh, Malware. We can put you to shame. Shame on you for abusing federal laws that you have not read, understood, or comprehended. And then said, Manny told you to do something. He's not an attorney. You can't make this up. Why didn't you call your attorney on retainer, Malware? You listen to somebody who's not an attorney tell you to abuse federal laws. And you saw nothing wrong with that because it's still there. So I see nothing wrong with exercising free speech and expression under the First Amendment. More laws that neither of you are probably familiar with if you're going to go out and strike people because mean words and bad and mad. I told her she had it coming. She does. Oh, I love John Wick, Miss Coco. I love him too, honey. Y'all, John Wick is my whole boyfriend in this reality and the next. Along with Ami. I have to make time for both. Ugh. Oh, just the super. I saw you using 225. Our Renee says she loves John Wick too, child. Yes, we live them. Laurie sent the $5 super. Hey, LLC, how you doing, girl? Thank you for the $5 super. Shout out to user 225 for the 199 super. He says he's trolling her on Conscious Mingle. Conscious Mingle, the new dating app site for those who are scared to take Umar to court and they still are looking for love. Oh, we in here. What's going on? Is it Bro Sean? Hey there, folks. What's happening? Let's see. We got a Lily up in here. Oh, I see some new names. John up in here. Good afternoon. Beautiful LLC. I'm here online somewhere, on time somewhere. I hope you had a great day at work. Child, work is work. Work is work is work. I hope you all had a great day. I appreciate that. Afro Punk Chick, I see you all up in here. Y'all ready? Oh my goodness. Sasha Love, how you doing, honey? Y'all ready? Let's get going. Let's start this off with the Umar stuff. And we're going to go to Enterprise. We want to make sure, child, we got Candace today. Oh man. Where's the 50, y'all? Nice try, Umar. There we go. I want to make sure I had this lined up. And then Panda Press did a couple videos that I want to check out. And y'all, we're going to be in it with malware. Shout out to Dr. Nini for getting us the puppet version of that video of her solo dating ad or what she was doing. Because she thinks somehow if I post up a video, I own it. Like, wait, what? On a public platform? Yeah, no, that's not how it works. Oh, man. I called my mom. I said, you won't believe this crap. She was like, what does that mean? That was like, did somebody abuse the law, listen to somebody else who was not an attorney, and they filed a copyright strike? Those things can take down people's channels that some of us actually work hard to maintain and put out great content. This weekend, we went over some FBI plea deals. I go over court documents and research, do independent journalism. So I'm it's not here just kind of, some people use it for reactions. That's cool. They can do what they want. But I do put some time and effort and energy into it. The last thing I want is someone abusing the law because they didn't like my commentary about their god awful film. And then you're listening to somebody that's not an attorney to issue copyright strikes, not just against me, against many other content creators. You don't have the law on your side. And I have to do a count. I have to take time out my life to do a whole counter against this bullshit they could have just retracted and then actually talk to an attorney about. Because you tried it. And now we're here in it. We're here in it, y'all. So let's get to this. Y'all ready? We're about to have a good time. I appreciate you all so much for the support. I really, really do. And I appreciate all of you all that already donated. User 225 got another super up in here. Thank you for the 199. Ma posted a video with Manny and 144K. I can't believe that he told her to do that on my videos. He should have said, hold on, man. We need to have some case law because Lady Luck is not gonna play around with it. We can't just do her. And he didn't even want to like come up and admit why he's telling her to sit here and send all these false copyright strikes. And give us the law and case law. Break it down. I want to hear your legal explanation since you don't think you're an attorney. Give us your legal explanation as to why you would advise someone to file false copyright strikes against multiple content creators because somehow she thought that because she did a YouTube video on a public platform that she's the legal owner of it, or that her blanket permission for us to react to it somehow is rendered null and void when it wasn't. I want to hear your legal breakdown on this because you were messing with federal law, something that you don't understand. And you cannot use Chat GPT because that's not how it works. Y'all, it was in the news that a prosecutor in the state of Georgia. I think it was in, was it Fulton? No, it wasn't Fulton County. Prosecutor in the state of Georgia was reprimanded by a judge in real time for using Chat GPT to cite case law. The issue with that is that the case law was not real. It didn't exist. Now do you all understand why you can't use Chat GPT to litigate? This prosecutor is in the news. I'm going to pull it up because I want y'all to understand how ridiculous it is for anyone to tell somebody to file a false copyright strike utilizing federal laws based on Chat GPT and why you do not damn do that dumb shit. Prosecutor was actually reprimanded for using Chat GPT to get case law that did not exist. It didn't exist. Y'all. Here it is right here. I'm going to take y'all to it. Y'all, shout out to Hannibal is Hungry.
The Clayton County District Attorney.
Clayton County District Attorney. It's the district attorney. I want you all to understand how crazy this is. Hi, Mind Chaos, bro. How you doing? Thank you for the $5 super. Y'all, it's a virtual rent party. Since Malware thinks that I have a problem paying my rent, girl, I'm just going to rub it in your face. What's wrong with you? Shout out to Mind Chaos, bro, for that $5 super. Thank you. User 225, Laurie, thank you all so much. All those who are just hitting that like button, subscribing, thank you for your support, y'all. Let's show them how it's done, okay? Let's show them how it's done. And we're going to check this video out right quick before we get into the Umar stuff. Because I want you all to understand why Manny should not have been telling anybody to abuse federal laws when he did not go to law school. To do anything when a district prosecutor tried that same shit stunt and got, when I say scolded by a judge, this is not what you want to have happen to you if you're an actual bar licensed attorney. You never want this to happen. And shout out to Hannibal is Hungry for reporting on this. Let's get to it.
Attorney has issued a big apology. One of her prosecutors used AI for a court filing at the Georgia Supreme Court.
The AI cited cases that simply don't exist. The Chief Justice called that prosecutor out in the middle of court.
So we have a prosecutor, not a defense attorney, not a random paralegal, a state prosecutor in Clayton County, Georgia, got caught filing fake case law. And not in some rinky-dink local courtroom either. At the Georgia Supreme Court, the highest court.
You know how embarrassing that is? Do you understand how embarrassing that should be to the prosecutor? To know that someone that works in the prosecutor's office used AI for fake case law at the Georgia Supreme Court. This is why I deal with court documents and why I beat myself up for not getting court documents when Malware said that she was being sued by the Oompa Loompa and that there was a class action lawsuit that had been filed, which would generate a docket and a case number. But because you have people that think they understand how court works, they put it in her head that she didn't lie. No, she didn't say and do anything wrong. Oh, it's all justified to sit here and keep posting up fraudulent, fake, forged checks that are felonies. And as opposed to them telling her, here's the truth. You were wrong. You lied. And many people reported this, trusting and giving you the benefit of the doubt. And I was one of them. And I had to apologize to my platform, take that integral hit, and say flat out that I'm not going to report on a damn thing anyone says about any matter regarding a court of law or a lawsuit or anything if I don't have the court documents. And like Lennon Honor said, if Lady Luck Club does not have it, it does not exist. That was such an honor to hear that from him. But I'm serious. I will get it. I will get those court documents. So the fact that she said this about two different legal matters that didn't exist was infuriating to know that she wanted to lie about that and then wanted people to just trust her ass when she said that this was how it went down and never apologized for it, never took ownership of it. Awakening was god-awful, and it was because her feelings were hurt. She sent out these false copyright strikes, listening to someone, according to her, Manny told her to do it, who utilizes Chat GPT but didn't go to law school. When my godmother was a retired federal judge. Here's why you don't do that bullshit. Right here. You got prosecutors pulling this stunt in the Georgia Supreme Court. The prosecutors are pulling this stunt. This ain't cute. This is serious. It's a matter of people's on here on YouTube, matter someone's channel, could be their livelihood. And you're trying to attack someone's channel because you were dead ass wrong, you lied like hell, and you listened to someone. You are blaming someone for telling you to do something that your attorney that you said you have on retainer malware did not tell you to do. You didn't even listen to your damn attorney. You listened to someone who's not an attorney. That's not a slap in the face. It's not to even be funny. That's a fact. That's a matter of a fact. Manny is not an attorney. He didn't go to law school. He didn't pass the bar. Why would you listen to him over your own fucking attorney that you claim you had on retainer? All because you came out here and lied like hell and somehow think you have a grasp of copyright laws. Don't you think that attorney on retainer would have explained to her how copyright laws work and case law to help her understand how it's interpreted in the court of law? Her attorney would have done that if she would have contacted her attorney. No, she didn't do that. She just listened to somebody else who used Chat GPT. This is why you don't litigate on YouTube. YouTube is not fucking court.
In the state, she cited cases that literally did not exist, made up AI hallucinations in a murder case. You cannot make this up. And when the Chief Justice called her out live on camera in front of everybody, she lied right to his face, tried to blame the trial court judge, all while being recorded.
A humiliating revelation for this prosecutor with the Clayton County District Attorney's Office. In a letter to Chief Justice Nels Peterson, DA Tasha Mosley says prosecutor Deborah Leslie used AI to write briefings, which made up case citations.
Those non-existent cases were cited in your initial brief opposing the motion for new trial.
And this person is sitting in prison because of this prosecutor's brief. She's doing life over citations to cases that are not real. Let's get into it. And real quick, if you're new here, this is what we do. We talk about government fraud, corruption, financial misconduct, all the nonsense, all the shadiness. And it looks like about 80% of you guys are watching or not subscribed. It's free. It takes a second and it helps. Notice Keith looking impaired. His behavior is erratic. He's mumbling to himself, pacing around. The officer tells him to not get back in the car, but he gets back in the car anyway and then floors it into traffic. Now, this is where Hannah Payne enters the picture. She witnesses the accident. She wasn't involved in it. She called 911, waited for about 20 minutes. When Kenneth takes off, the officer asks her to get his license plate number. And she does more than that. She gets into her Jeep and follows him. She pulls her car in front of his to block him, gets out, approaches his vehicle while she is still on the phone with 911. And this is where everything goes completely sideways.
You see why you don't sit here and act as if you're, commissioned officer or an attorney? This is why you don't do that. Let's get back to where this woman decided that it somehow is a good idea to use Chat GPT AI that generated non-existent case law, because case law is law. But if you don't understand how to utilize it properly, obviously this prosecutor is incompetent as hell. If you don't understand it, then you'll just be using Chat GPT thinking that you're doing something when you're not. If Chat GPT or AI is capable of producing non-existent case law, I want y'all to catch this. Why would many think that the interpretation of copyright law would be accurate on ChatGPT? If it produces non-existent case law, why would you utilize it to try to tell someone that claimed that they have an attorney or retainer to file false copyright strikes as if you're getting the correct interpretation of the law itself? If you did not go to law school and you don't understand case law, ChatGPT is not law school. If it's capable of producing non-existent case law, what do you think it's going to do when it comes to the interpretation of law? Yeah, if I don't know something, I call my godmother, who's a federal judge, retired. I'll text her. I'll say, hey, I'm just general question about this. And she can give a little breakdown of it. It's that simple. I'm going to go to someone that went to law school. But you can't make this up. Why would you advise someone to file false copyright strikes? Not caring about that reciprocity that can hit back on their channel. And it's not that we want to have to do this. I just got through drafting my my chaos. I see your comment. I just got through drafting, using your template, drafting my full response, because I had to add in the timestamps and all of that of her being highly hypocritical. And I'm going to submit it this evening. It took me some time to put that together, to put my response and my counter together, because I wanted to do it right. To let her know I'm not one to be fucked with. You're messing with people's channels and people's livelihoods over law you don't understand. And you're utilizing something that you don't understand, Manny, when it's capable of producing non-existent case law. You can't make this shit up.
Supreme Court. Both sides file their briefs, both sides stand up and make their arguments. And then this is where things get completely wild. March 18th, 2026, Georgia Supreme Court, the state attorney, a prosecutor by the name of Deborah Leslie from the Clayton County's DA office. She finishes her argument. She's wrapping up. She's about to sit down. And Chief Justice Nels Peterson hits her with the Columbo, one more thing before you go.
You know, there's only one thing that I'm not clear about.
Who remember Columbo? Let me know in the comments who remember Columbo. I don't know, that reference may be a little bit too old for you guys, but I think many of you guys are around my age, so you guys get it. But anyway, listen to what he says.
So before you sit down, there's one more thing I need to ask you about, unfortunately. In reviewing the trial court's order to not...
The Georgia Supreme Court is a panel of judges, by the way. Okay? Not just one. It's a panel. Just like our U.S. Supreme Court. It's more than, what, it's like 7, 8. Any Supreme Court on any state level, it's the same concept. It's a panel of judges. And you have the chief judge here that's about to get into this prosecutor's ass about non-existent case law. Because when you're dealing with legal matters, it's not for fucking play. Manny, you were wrong for advising her to do something like that out of retaliation, not because there was sufficient evidence of a violation of copyright law. You are wrong. And she's still a turtlehead.
The motion for new trial. There are at least 5 citations to cases that don't exist. And there's at least 5 more citations to cases that do not support the proposition for which they're cited, including 3 quotations that don't exist.
5 fake cases. 5 more that don't actually say what she claimed they said. 3 quotations that were completely fabricated in a murder trial at the state's highest court. Let's just think about that for a second. I mean, someone's life is on the line here. I mean, someone's life was lost, and then it gets worse because Peterson asked her directly, were those citations in the version of the order you submitted to the trial court? Yes or no? Simple question. And she says this.
No, Your Honor, I do not believe so. They were not. I did prepare an order that order was revised.
So those non-existent cases were cited in your initial brief opposing the motion for new trial.
She used non-existent case law to file a motion to the court or a response, seems like, to oppose a new trial to the Supreme Court. In a murder trial. You can't make this, y'all. AI made it up. I know I say that a lot. It's almost like a tick now. You can't make this up. AI did. Chat GPT does. Because unlike you going to law school and reading books, Chat GPT AI scans the internet, some of which is posted up by regular people. Wikipedia is one of those websites where you can go in and add information to it. It might not be fully correct because people think that they can read something on YouTube and all of a sudden they're a whole ass attorney. Y'all, I never proclaimed to be an attorney. I don't want to be one. One of my godmothers being a retired federal judge, that's enough for me. You would not catch me dead on a law school campus. No. I have no interest in going to law school. I'm interested in the law and I enjoy reading court documents. It's just something I'm good at doing and I enjoy it. But I believe in what I've been raised and taught to believe in that she who knows the law has the power. I don't want to have to file a counter on a legal basis, but I have to because filing a counter on a strike initiates a legal process. That's not me saying that. That's a policy of YouTube. And Malware asked for it by filing these false copyright strikes to all these different content creators listening to Manny, who's not her attorney on retainer. The infuriation in this is that she could have just called her attorney. And I'm sure her attorney would have said, maybe you ought to reach out to these people first to figure out exactly what you think they, stole from you. And then you would probably have to prove that, the other video is actually, something you own the rights to. I could do a live stream all day. I can't just sit here and say I own the rights to this video simply because I did the live stream. I have to actually produce documentation that I own the rights. It's so ridiculous, but you want to be on a public platform. Make that make sense? Why have any of your videos available to the public? Keep them all private. Put it behind a paywall. I mean, it's ridiculous. The lack of understanding of the First Amendment, trying to abuse a copyright law. God. Oh, this is so painful. It's unnecessary. She could have called her attorney. And this woman here, she look like Malware. Y'all, it's the equations. Oh, Hannibal. Y'all. A equals 1/2 BH. Oh, man. X squared. I mean, the square root of 112 plus 1/18. He's got square root of fractions. I mean, you can't make this up. Oh, Hannibal, I love you.
Your Honor, I'm not aware.
So she did.
Wow.
She blames the trial court judge. She's implying that the judge somehow added the fake cases to the order. That's what the order was revised means. She's passing the buck in real time. It's in your brief, ma'am, the thing you wrote with your name on it.
But I would be glad to research that and provide the court with a supplement.
She wants to research it using what? Chat GPT again? I mean, come on.
You gonna research fake case law? Hear ye. Dumb prosecutor lady. The case law does not exist. There is nothing to research. It was generated by AI, but it is not real. Case law, everything that goes through a court, like every case that goes to courts, does not become case law. It doesn't set precedents. Okay. In order for a matter to set precedents, it depends on the court that it comes from, like the court that's handling the matter. And then what is this case, what is the premise, the basis of the case? Like Brown v. Board of Education is case law, is set precedents on how the law should be interpreted when it comes to getting a fair education, dealing with segregation in schools and the school systems. There are certain cases that are just monumental, cases that have set precedents. It established how courts should interpret a certain set of laws based on this case over here that has set precedents. That is case law. And case law fundamentally is interpreted to be as good as law. If that makes sense, hit the phone. If not, I have to do a separate live on that, explaining that a little deeper. But this is why you don't dive into legal matters and you don't understand it either, by filing false copyright strikes, abusing federal laws, when you don't understand the concept of case law. If you don't understand how to interpret the law properly and utilize case law that helps you to understand how that law is interpreted in the court, then you don't just go out here on a limb and do dumb shit that can initiate legal processes. Can I get an amen? That's the problem we have here. And all this time now, I've said that false copyright strike has been sitting on my channel. Malware could have easily retracted it. She could go in and retract it. I have not submitted my counter yet, because I had to draft this up right and do it right, because you're not going to do that shit to me twice. You're not going to keep hitting me with that bullshit. You're not going to F around with people's YouTube channels like that and think that you're going to get away with that. That's not how the hell this works. And if she decides to take me to court, then I guess I'll be the one she picks. But you better be damn ready. That's not a threat. I give you my word on that. I'm hitting, and I'm hitting hard. Because it's such a vile waste of people's times, and you're playing around with people's livelihoods, with people's channels, where some people do this for a living. And if Manny had such a problem with me, he could have came to me and emailed me. He was a mod over here. And she ought to be embarrassed for listening to him when he's not an attorney and she has one on retainer. What the hell are you paying your attorney for? Now look at the shit he done got you in, and you allowed him to get you in by actually agreeing to do it. Shame on both of them.
And then you look at her own boss, DA Tasha Mosley, later came out and said that the claim about the order being revised was not true. Mosley contradicted her own prosecutor publicly. Now you have fake case law, dishonesty to the Supreme Court about where it came from, and your own boss calling you out. 3 really terrible separate problems. 2 days later, the Supreme Court drops an order. They give Leslie 10 days to file a sworn affidavit explaining everything. And let's explain why they're doing this. When a court tells a lawyer to file a sworn affidavit, that's basically telling them that we don't trust you. Lawyers are officers of the court. They're supposed to be considered under oath at all times. So when a court says, nah, you better put this on writing and swear to it, that is a complete insult to your credibility. That's the court telling you they think you might be lying. She files her response March 31st. In the affidavit, she admits she used, and this is her exact wording, traditional and AI research tools. She says that the AI-generated citations were not independently verified before inclusion. She says it wasn't intentional. Fine. But this is where I start really just finding this whole thing hilarious. In that same affidavit, she talks about how she's going to prevent this in the future by making sure AI citations get verified before she uses them.
This is her personal affidavit that she is signing under oath. However, in retrospect, I acknowledge that this process relied on traditional and AI research tools. We flip all the way over to page 7, where she's now talking about how she's going to prevent this from happening in the future. And she says one of the things she's going to do is a firm requirement that every case citation, particularly those initially identified through technological or AI-based tools, be independently verified in a recognized primary legal database before being included in any draft.
Hold on. She just told the Supreme Court that she's going to keep using the AI after this? Read the room. Meanwhile,
yeah, keep on at it. Listen to the people that aren't attorneys, Malware. Yeah, this whole prosecutor is going to use AI to verify AI. You can't make this shit up. I just wanted to share you all with that video with you all because there's a whole thing going on because somebody listens to somebody that uses AI. Oh, and they're not attorneys. It's so crazy because, I mean, this AI has effed up so many people, including people who did go to law school, and they're sitting here trying to file motions and pleadings on a murder trial. Oh, my God. That's messing with someone's freedom and liberty. I'm not speaking to whether the case, the lady, is right or wrong. I'm just speaking to the fact that you don't use AI and Chat GPT to litigate because it's stupid to do that. You don't do that. You get an attorney. And Malware brags about having, boo-hookles of money, lots and lots of dollar. I have many dollar, lot of dollar. I have $1. Who said I didn't have money? $1. So why not call your attorney? You got on that retainer. It's just so crazy. Sometimes just doing the right thing and understanding what you're doing goes a long way. It goes a long way. So, speaking on somebody not knowing what the hell they doing, Umar the Oompa Loompa, he still don't know what he doing about this certificate of occupancy. He just doesn't. She needs to retract. Thank you, judges. She needs to retract the copyright. She can easily retract it, but she doesn't care that, this is initiating if they file a response, a counter. That initiates a legal process. She doesn't care about that. And then what happens after 10 business days? Have you heard back? I don't know if my chaos brew, did she file a strike against you or not? MCB, are you still here? Let me know. Or Mr. Judge or Rimrum. I don't know if she's responded to any of them. But she could respond. She could have withdrawn. She could retract it. If it's not a counter filed in there, she can just retract it. But instead of her doing that, she tried to come out and insult me on something, or tried to insult me. It was funny. I clapped back, of course, but tried to insult me and said something about me being brown Shrek again. What was it you said, Malware? Yeah, girl. You talking about using data apps. Shelby will be so mad, y'all. Shelby the turtle will not be happy. He said, how dare you? He bought you a damn engagement ring and everything. It's a pearl under the sea in a seashell. Y'all, Shelby gonna be so upset. I'm gonna show you all Shelby. If you have not seen Shelby, I got a photo of him. Longtime boyfriend of Malware. He's gonna be so mad. Find out she's on dating apps. How dare you cheat on Shelby? I told y'all I'm on one today. I'm watching John Wick to go to bed tonight. Chavo. Oh man, it's gonna be something else. Oh, that judge is gonna have a good time going in on that dang on prosecutor. Y'all see how that can affect the whole case? By the way, now you've got a whole panel of judges in the Georgia Supreme Court that's gonna look at this prosecutor and be like, "This incompetent F." Ugh. How many of these cases are cited with AI? They're not gonna trust anything she says. And that's the same thing with Malware. We don't trust shit she say. Once she's shown that she is very capable of lying to the point where she's initiating legal process to try to cover up her dumbass lies. No, we owe you nothing. Not at all. And we're going to have a good time reminding you of that. Let's get started on this, y'all. Oh, I have some supers, y'all. Shout out to all of those that are sitting here putting in the support for our virtual rent party. Oh, shout out to all my fantastic mods. I love you guys. Tavares with the 199 super mod posted a video with Manny in 144K. Manny, why are you doing videos with that woman? Whatever, he can do whatever he wants. Oh, my chaos brew with the $5 super said, hey boo. We got CC up in here with the $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mind. User 225 with the 199 super mom sent me hairy turtle cookie piece. My eyes melted. Not the turtle bushwhack. No, you didn't, Malware. Boy, Shelby has got to be steaming in that shell of his. Yeah, what turtle? Does turtle taste the same as frog legs or something, man? What does it taste like? Chicken? Malware, does Shelby taste like chicken? How does that go? Oh man, y'all, it is all because I was craving seafood for a week. Oh, love to love sent the $2.99. Oh, thank you. Native living in Australia. Big fan of you and MCB. Thank you, love to love 75. I appreciate the $2.99 super honey. And much love back to you, as well as my chaos brew honey. She is awesome. The epigenesis of all of this. Ciao. Oh man. Fantastic. Thank you so much for the support. Fi Taylor with the $2 super for the rent. Malware, I told you. I don't even have to come up with anything on you. Too hard to clap back. I just use your words against you. So we're having a virtual rent party because Malware thinks I can't pay my rent. Oh, good grief. Thank you so much for the $2 super. You make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Let's get to this. Here we have Enterprise Entertainment. He went back to the school once again because Umar keeps doing his tour of, stupidity, talking about a certificate of occupancy because it's the only words that he knows now. It's the only 3 words that he's got down packed. Where my Shango stick Africans at? Hit the foe. Everything's a something African. Ifatunde Oguni and certificate of occupancy. These are all the words that Umar speaks now. And he just kind of speaks it repetitively in a random order. He refuses to read a book. So if he starts talking in certificate of occupancy language, once again, it's one of the major 6 words that he knows. He knows nothing else. He doesn't care about the process or how to get the certificate of occupancy. He doesn't care about a permit or an inspection report. He doesn't care. He's telling this to the Umar Tardians, and they're believing it, as opposed to them doing a little research and finding out what is the process to getting a certificate of occupancy. They're not thinking like, man, if the buildings aren't insured and something happens to these kids, then what? Because they want you to think, oh, it's fine. He's, because I guess somehow in their world, in their reality, Umar pays their bills and has to help them take care of their kids. So they feel like they owe him some fealty or loyalty as they cheer him on while he dodges the idea of showing any ledger to show how he spent everybody else's money for the past 14 years. He will not come flat out and say, I will not be able to open the larger building. The city said it cannot be habitated with human beings. It is not safe. Back in 2020. He refuses to just be honest and say that. But they believe everything else he says. You're not going to feel stupid if you tell Umar to be honest and truthful. You could be a Umar Tardian and hold him accountable. But they're scared to do it because it's their cult leader. So we're going to do it. Enterprise has made sure of that. He went back up to the school. So y'all hit the 4 where you can see and hear. Let's get to this.
On my job, riding by fraud DMG. I know that trash ain't still out there. I know that bag of trash ain't still out there.
Oh, honey.
We got more trash in the bush.
Oh, Enterprise is here. Let me drop the link, honey. Come on up. Oh, we go drop the link and you can go through and give us your thoughts on this. This link is for Enterprise only. Make sure when you click the link for StreamYard Enterprise that you close out of the YouTube pages so that we don't get the echo, okay? Come on up when you are ready. Click on the StreamYard link and close out of your YouTube page to prevent the echo. Because we're checking out your video, and he sent us a $2 super, y'all. Hey, y'all, Lady Luck Club, Lady Luck, I'm ready. Let's go. Oh, man. S-File says, love to love. Yes, she handled it brilliantly. Mom got bent out of shape over a stupid chat GPT picture I made, and something she thinks LLC says she's so petty. She thinks I said and did these things. You know, and it's so crazy, S-Files. I mean, it is what it is. I posted it up, and I laughed, and we had a good time with it. I prefer her come for me than to come for my mods. That was the level. That's the level of protection that I have because you guys hold me down here, and I appreciate it. And that was the level of protection I had for Manny until he did the unthinkable. He really tried it with this whole, false copyright strike. You told her to file it. Oh, okay, cool. So you understand where we stand now, because you're encouraging her to do this, and as opposed to her being a grown ass woman and calling her own attorney. She listened to you. Got it. As if I did something wrong to him. Because she lied. He refused to tell her that. You know you lied like hell, Miriam. You lied. We can still do a show together, but you lied. Child. Enterprise is here. You ready, honey?
How you doing? I am here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and we do not have an echo. Shout out to you. Thank you so much.
I closed it out like you said, and I also have my headset on this time. I think I was trying to do it off my speakerphone, which probably didn't help things at all. But
okay,
I won't mess up your footage today.
Oh, you're good, honey. We are all good. Take us through this day. You went back up to the school, and this was when? When did you go back up there? Which day last week? Can you hear me? Enterprise, you there? Uh-oh.
And cut off again?
All right. Yeah,
can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I didn't hear anything you said.
Okay.
What day did you go back up there?
I said that was just Monday. So I just went up there just yesterday.
Right.
My route took me through there as it usually does. And the ironic thing is today I went up there and shot another little video. I'll probably edit that one because I took some pictures and stuff. So I'll probably post that later this week. But I was all up in Wilmington all day today. And
wow.
Rode by there probably the middle of my route today. And same thing. Nothing's going on. You claiming that work's getting done. There's not a worker out there. And I I delivered to and drove by construction sites, which included this was like the highlight of my day. So one of the drops I had to do today was that, and shout out to them. I'm gonna say the name because I wanted to get some recognition because they're doing some positivity in the community twofold.
Okay.
The Kingswood Community Center in Wilmington.
Okay, Kingswood Community Center.
Y'all can look it up. Y'all can see the wonderful things that they're doing in that community. Not only are they rebuilding an additional community center right in the middle of a community, but they're renovating that community, getting a lot of the old broke down project houses out of there, building brand new townhouses up in there. And that community center is going to be in the epicenter of where they're building those townhouses. So they are doing things in that community. Awesome. They have youth programs and community outreach. They're actually doing stuff. So as I was making my drop today, which ended up being at where that construction site is going, so I went to the main building, and I'm sitting there waiting for the head of facilities to come out. And so I was talking to a couple of the workers, and I even asked them. They was all gathered right there. I was like, "So y'all see y'all doing stuff for the kids? Y'all gonna have Umar come out and do a speech for the kids or something?" Everybody collective. It had to be like 4 people. Everybody collective was like, "Who?" I said, "Oh." I said Umar Johnson. Y'all know Umar Johnson? They were like, They looked bewildered at each other. Like I was like, the fact that you said who told me everything I need to know.
You didn't ask them. Aren't y'all the Shango Stick Africans up here?
Uh, that should let you know a community outreach place that's doing stuff for children, and they
Right.
don't have an idea that an entire school is being built 5 minutes away from where they are. Really?
Oh yeah. Yep. Kingswood Community Center
Yes.
is 5 minutes away, you all. Kingswood Community. I got the name right up here. Shout out to S Files for posting it up.
Literally on the other
5 minutes
side of
away
where.
from MG.
Yes, literally on the other side of the highway, if you will, from FDMG.
Uh-oh. Man, and they didn't
no
know
idea.
about Umar.
Not a. They didn't even know who Umar was. When I said his name, they collectively looked at each other and said, "Who exactly?"
Oh my God, y'all! That's the link there to go and check them out. They have a community center. They're building. You said apartments.
No, they're tearing down these old projects. I wish I could take pictures. Tearing down the old projects that are up there, and they're rebuilding brand new connected townhomes, apartments, all that stuff in there. And that community center that they're expanding on is the epicenter of it. Beautiful project.
Shout out to Mind Chaos. It is the epigenesis of that community right there. It sounds like it's fantastic projects that they're doing. And he puts it the way Umar makes it seem as if no one else is doing anything in that neighborhood. Like there's nothing else going on but FDMG. And here you go. A much more happening from Kingswood Community Center than Umar the Oompa Loompa and FDMG could ever render. Can't make this up. You still there with us?
I am still here.
Okay, cool.
Just to expand, because I know yesterday was a little choppy. Just that entire live yesterday. If that is not an eye opener, like we need to break the cycle that his followers are just going through. Like I talked to I had a couple people hit me up between yesterday and today. Some friends, even a family member, and they're like, "Oh, leave him alone. You know, he's trying to do something positive." One person that lives in Wilmington, leave him alone. He's trying to do something positive in the community. I said, "Bruh, what is he doing positive in the community?" And he's like, "Well, I know he talks crazy sometimes." I stop right there. Look at what you just said, but continue. And he's like, "I know he talks crazy sometimes, but I lived up here, and ain't nobody got the mentality to be doing anything positive." I was like, "Dude, he is stealing from these same people that you claim that don't have a mentality to do anything positive. He's stealing their last bit of money. He's stealing their last bit of hope. He's giving them a dream that he was never going to come to fruition in the first place." So it's like, tell me the positivity.
Exactly. And never mind something like Kingswood Community Center doing just as much, if not more, because they're actually, creating and building townhomes, residentials. They have a community center. There's a brand new school, I hear, that's not too far from FDMG, like, 3 or 4 blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
A brand new school up there. So it's not as if no one is doing anything else in that community. He just doesn't care because he wants all the praise and glory from his code. And it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
It's so sad. I get I had a family member today ask me, he's like, "Yo, cuz, why you going so hard? Why you going so hard at him and want to bring the whole, we as black people, we go hard on each other, but we don't go against, the quote unquote white man that's doing the same thing." I said, first of all, bruh, I was like, we need to stop with the black white card thing. And I'm not diminishing that at all. Is racism still prevalent in this country? Absolutely. Look who we got in office. We knew we need to go and expand on much right there. So absolutely, it's prevalent in this country. But what those other groups are doing, which we're not doing, and we need to start looking at ourselves, we're not policing our own community, which is sad.
Yeah.
How are we going to expect every other group to take us seriously and to give us respect and all these other things, and we're not even checking our own stuff. No, we got the no snitching
Right.
rule. We not telling, we not getting gangs out of the communities and all this. We're not trying to clean up the drugs and all the garbage in the streets. We too busy fighting and shooting over gang territory that the government could come in and wipe us all out if they really wanted to do something about it.
And you know what you can do the next time, because this is what I do. Next time somebody comes to you talking about why are you always trying to tear down a black man? Aren't you black? Let's play all the times Umar the Oompa Loompa himself tore down black people. Let's play all the clips of him saying, "Oh, it's these black contractors' fault that
Yes.
the toilet is filled with poop. Oh,
Yes.
it's these black contractors' fault that I had to go out and get white contractors. Oh, I can't even hire black people to be attorneys for me. I had to go get white attorneys. Oh,
Yes.
K-12 management that purchased the bandos have white CEOs than when they purchased the bandos. Let's play all the times Umar himself has attacked black people. Stop playing with us with this stupid race card. It's so beneath me.
He says white
He
this.
doesn't care.
He says white this and white that, but every single time you turn around, every institution he's affiliated with is white owned. PayPal is white owned. The bank that he froze him out, Citizens Bank, is white owned. So what are you talking about? You talking about you got white lawyers and white contractors that had to finish up the work that the black contractors cheated you out of. So you did all this. Oh, not to mention, we can't forget, and I understand people gloss over this, like these podcasters that have him on. Your school is named after a man that was married to a white woman. I don't care that he was married to a black woman before, like you try to pass off. He was still married. His last marriage before he passed away, he's married to a white woman. So that defeats everything that you want to preach about and put everything, hang your hat on. Your school is named after, as you like to say, which is a derogatory statement, as you like to say, a bunny hopper.
But see, here's the thing. Umar the Oompa Loompa does not care if you're black or white. If it's a woman that has money and some good credit and could probably cook a decent meal, he's gonna
do some things to his lower member. He don't care what color she is.
He don't care he doesn't care about skin color. He never did. And I don't know why people keep taking his, like, you got these low self-esteem and his target audience with that rhetoric, because he's taking money from any and everybody. He has no way of knowing what race of person you are, what your race or ethnicity is when it comes to those donations. He doesn't know if you're black or white when you send him a cash app, and he doesn't care.
Especially when he talks about every continent. So I want to know how many black people. I want to know how many black people from China sent you money. I want to know how black people from Australia sent you money. I want to know how many black people from Europe sent you money.
Yeah.
Like,
we have diverse audiences listening right now. So for him the fact that he travels to all of these different countries, to China, Australia, Switzerland, Brazil, because it's not Brazil. Brazil. Yeah, all these countries he travels to that are not located in the continent of Africa, because Umar, Africa is a continent, not a country, you dumbass.
Not a country. It's not one place over there. There's several countries in there.
It's a whole continent. Africa's a whole continent. But yet, you don't hear him doing an 18-country tour in the continent of Africa. No, he goes to other countries around the world. And if he's doing that, he cannot sit here and lie to people and say that the only people that are financially donating to me are people that are brown and black skinned. That is a flat out lie from the pit of hell that came from Lucifer himself.
But remember, he said African. So then you can't even sell the brown people. That means the Mexicans ain't helping you. That means the Brazilians ain't helping you. That means the Colombians ain't helping you. The Cubans, his grandfather's Cuban, white Cuban, they're not helping you. Mr. Interracial Tunde, you understand you mixed with something other than African, right?
Child, listen, you let him tell it. He came straight out of Black Panther's claws.
Right.
Wakanda forever up in here. Child, he's like, how dare you claim that I have any other ancestry in my DNA, because science.
Sad to say, sad to say, if you are African American in this country, and a lot of your lineage started from in this country, from the slaves in this country, chances are somewhere in your tree you have Caucasian in you. You do.
Yep.
They raped and pillaged a lot of us. And I'm sorry if YouTube demonetize you for the R.
R word. Just say R worded. Yeah, R worded.
If that happened to your lineage, chances are you have Caucasian in you. So there's not a whole lot of everybody. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I said this before to somebody else I was talking to. People think that interracial is just black and white. No. If for the Caucasian people out there, if you have Irish and Polish or Irish and German in your background, you're interracial. Those are two different countries, two different lineages, two different ideologies and cultures and all that. Yep. So it's not just regulated to just black and white skin. Like cut this out, man. Cut it out.
Yeah. And that's how rudimentary and narrow-minded he thinks, to where, only black people are giving me money that, at the end of the day, I said this in my last live, why even give him US dollars? Just send him a bag of green beans and say, this is our currency. We're going to start paying you in vegetables and fruit.
You had me on the floor when you said that.
Stop giving him your US dollars, because our US dollars is a part of a white man's currency system in the United States.
Exactly.
It's not. Yeah, Alexander helped to spearhead it, and he was from the Caribbean, but it's still at the end of the day, he was a mixture.
Last time I checked, Obama was
or some sort.
Yeah, last time I checked, Obama wasn't on none of the money, so ain't none of that African money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you don't have an African person sitting on our currency. What African is sitting on our US dollar or the $5 or $10 bill? None of them. You can't make this up. So why does he want US dollars? Why send him a Cash App and a PayPal of US dollars? Send his ass some Mexican pesos and see how they go.
According to them, they were slave owners anyway. So you spending slave owner money.
Thank you. Who's on our US dollars? Who's on our currency here in the United States? Look whose faces they have on it. That alone should be enough for him to say, I no longer want you all to give me US dollars. Okay. I listen to Lady Luck Club because he always does. I want you all to send me buckets of paints and brushes and sponges. That way, when Devontae comes, he doesn't have to bring his own.
And remember, don't send him no desk. You don't want those.
Yeah, no, don't send no desk either.
Yeah, he'll block you.
Soul Orange Glow, some chalkboards with chalk, some face masks, because they're gonna need plenty of that.
Yeah, I know my video was quick this time. It was a quick, just drive by real quick. But as I continue to show, and as I continue to let everybody know, there's nothing changed out there. And the latest thing of him, there's the Jamaican immigrant that's not giving us our final inspection. You didn't have a first inspection. How you got a final inspection?
Exactly.
Those inspections come in stages, and every time you get something done, a contractor is supposed to sign off. So then when you apply for the final inspection, you're supposed to turn in all the inspections from the individuals up until that point. You ain't did that yet.
Right.
And I know this for a fact that you haven't gone down there and talked to anybody for no certificate of occupancy or anything like that, because I called up there when you were supposed to do it last month, and they don't know who you are.
Thank you. These people don't know him. You would think that he would be on top of it and be able to prove that he's been communicating with them. When he went on that Father Baba Yaga radio station, this old man that looks like Moses and Father.
And it's up their podcast because he said the same garbage
on that podcast. He literally said that he had not talked to this so-called inspector when he tried to, I guess, brush up the guy to come out and do some sort of a backhanded inspection. He said it had been at least 2 years ago. So if you hadn't even spoken to this person in at least 2 years, what are we talking about? You can't say that he's not communicating with you if you have not spoken to him in at least 2 years. This is so dumb. It's so stupid. The things that he says, it's so easy to catch him in this lie.
I think Father David is the only one of those podcasters that have you know, he didn't
Kiss his ass.
come forth. No, he didn't come forth and admit it, but if you go back and listen to this podcast, he admitted it. I love when you're on here because you know our numbers go up. That's the only reason you have him on there.
Umar, you dumb Oompa Loompa. Father Baba Yaga is using you for views, and you should feel very proud.
He's the only one that's came out and said it. Everybody else that's politicking to him and slurping and giving him these softball interviews. They trying to massage and say, oh, you know, Charlemagne, oh, we don't think you're a scammer. Shut up.
Oh, shut up. There said Charlemagne would never send his kids to FDMG either.
Exactly.
Or leave them alone with Umar the Oompa Loompa either.
And they
Charlemagne,
gave him
I dare
a dime
you leave your
towards
daughter
nothing.
around Umar.
Charlemagne, I dare you to show how much money you gave him. How about that? Let's start there.
Thank you. Show some receipts on how much money you put in Umar's pockets. Because Mark, that little simp, he'll sit here and, oh yeah, I gave him some money. I gave him a few $1,000s. What the hell is wrong with you? You still won't allow your son to go to that school. Are you out of your mind, you idiot? Like, you can't make this stuff up. But yet, they won't ask him, can you show us proof of this application for this certificate of occupancy? Just pull it up. Pull it up right
as I said when I put on my video after he went on the Breakfast Club, I said, I've been up here more than any of y'all, and y'all got him on podcast more than anything. How sad is that? You endorsing something you haven't even seen for yourself.
Exactly. Have y'all ever seen Father Baba Yaga go over there to their campus, to the FD and to the Bandos?
Because he claimed he was over there. Yeah, he claimed he was over there when he had the block party or whatever. Like that showed.
Where was that block party at?
What was that? A couple years ago?
Oh dear Lord! And it wasn't at the larger building because
it was out in front.
Be habitated.
It was out in front of the smaller building. Out in front, he ain't have nobody inside them buildings. It was out in front. Exactly. Like, cut it out.
So you know what, Father Baba Yaga, I dare you to go into that larger building. Take down that board and walk in there and breathe deep. You're already 88,246 years old. Go in that building and breathe deep. I want you to inhale.
Yo, breathe deep is wild.
That mold, the mold spores are gonna burn his lungs. You hear me?
You can.
He's gonna turn into the Iron Man 3. You know, when Kilgrits was lit on fire, he was burning.
You can see it. You can see it from the outside. Them streaks are still there. It's ridiculous. Like, what did I say? When I was on the other podcast with Lynn, I said it looked like Venom is living inside that daggone building.
Oh, we love Venom, but you can't make this up. It does. It's like Venom had a bowel movement and it went wrong.
Yeah. It's crazy. That building is alive. I guarantee it. If you go in there, you're gonna be in the Upside Down and Stranger Things. I guarantee it.
Oh, y'all go in that building. It's gonna transform into something. What you think it's gonna transform into?
We're gonna have the zombie apocalypse for real. You walk in there, you coming out with something.
It's the Upside Down building, the Stranger Things.
Yes. That is you walk in there. It's a portal. I guarantee you.
Oh my God. Yeah, I believe it. That's why I'm not going the MoMA science. I believe in that. Laurie said 2021 is when they had their block party.
There it is.
Y'all, it's 2026.
So we're talking about 5 years ago. 5 years ago.
Oh man, y'all know. Listen, when you get to the age of Father Baba Yaga, when he's been here as long as Moses has been, on Earth, you have to. They say you got to give people like him the opportunity to just breathe. But I don't like the lying part. Like, dude, just go to the building, record it yourself. You want to get views on your radio station? Go to that building and live stream it and see how they go. You'll get some views.
I challenge any of these podcasters. You had him on. Have me on there. See, so you talk about he want to talk all this stuff. I live around them buildings too. I can go to my page. I'll show you what's up for real. And I ain't even been on the inside yet. Please let me ever get a chance to go inside. And I'm begging for the time that I drive by here and I catch this fool doing a live. I promise I'm stopping that truck and I'm gonna interrupt that whole situation.
But see, that's the thing. he knows like that those people he have outside taking photos when people get out the car walking around. He knows, okay, if they were ever to come and try to get inside, now he already knows how you all look. That's the way he try to keep people from going in. Like he knows certain people who's been up
Oh,
there, because
I'm never gonna trespass it and go inside. I'm never gonna get
oh,
into
no.
the
I'm
legal
saying
satisfaction of that. Oh, you
no,
talking
I'm
about
saying
if I came like
if he tries to
incognito?
does an
Yeah,
indoor tour, yeah,
I
he
got
has
you.
people up there literally stalking. They're invading, the they're trying to have people trespass and they don't have the authority to do it. But
It's hilarious.
they take photos and film people that are up there filming the buildings that they have the right to, especially if you're on the city property on the sidewalks and the
Yep.
side streets and stuff. He doesn't own that.
There was
So
one
he doesn't
oh
own shit. But
the video with the kids,
yeah.
I remember I think when you played it, if you played all the way through, I
Mhm,
think there were some parents or whatever that might be the parents of the kids. They were he was trying to tell them
mhm.
to stop filming and everything. He's like, y'all need to
Yeah,
stop filming or I'm gonna call the cops. Bruh, I'm on public sidewalk. I could film this
exactly.
whole neighborhood if I want to, as long as I'm not
Exactly.
looking in anybody's specific home or filming them without their permission. There's been plenty of times I drove up there and there's been kids walking outside and stuff like that. I'll turn the camera away
Yep.
just because I don't want to expose anybody's face. But
Right.
off camera, I done asked people walking by these buildings, yo, y'all ready for Umar to open the thing? Kids have told me no.
We watched a video the other day where one of the kids said, "Call the police."
Exactly.
Yeah, we saw and the police came out, was like, "We haven't came out here in a while. We haven't got any calls about this because they're bandos. They don't get calls for people trespassing on a
And
bando."
what are they gonna do? Are they gonna tell somebody they
Exactly.
can't
What
walk
you
on a
want the
public
cops to do?
sidewalk?
Thank you. You're not going to be able to do anything. You can't have that person trespass, especially for the larger building where the city told you not to be in it.
Yeah, as
You
long as
can't
I
make
don't
this
pass your
stuff
little,
up.
as long as I don't pass your little gates, I'm not in your little building. If it is yours unauthorized, I can stay out here and film this whole building if I want to. I don't even walk behind it like some other people have, and they
Yeah.
some brave souls because it looked like the Walking Dead back there.
You go what the Walking Dead. That's a
That's
whole
some
nother
brave.
portal in
I don't know
itself
if
right
I'm.
there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm walk back there, but yeah, just you ain't got to do all that. Fill the front. You mean to
Yep.
tell me you had millions of dollars and this is what this look like? It's not even the mold anymore. The rust is starting to peek through some of these walkways.
Yeah. And that's what Mo up in here. Shout out to Uncle Mo TV. He goes up there too. He said the same thing. It's like it's in the street. The mold is in the streets, like it's making its way from the stairs to the sidewalk. I mean, it's just impermeating and infesting the ground. And it's like, dude, you think that building is going to pass inspection? You're out of your mind.
He would literally, if this was a true project and
Yeah.
if this was a true vision and something that the community could actually get behind, he would literally have to demolish those buildings, repave, new foundation, and start from the ground up. That's what he would have to do.
Yep.
There's no restoring either one of those buildings. No restoring.
Exactly.
Because you have black mold.
In the other building, yeah. The other building cannot be. I don't think that building cannot be restored or renovated to where it does not involve you gutting the foundation in and of itself. That's why I said he's so stupid. He's been raising money for these two bandos for the last 8 going on 8 years, 7 years, and not one time has he came out and flat out said we cannot open the larger building because the city already said it was deemed unsafe and was not fit for human habitation in 2020. And because we were given the option to either vacate it or to renovate it, we vacated it and it's been vacant ever since. There is no renovation we can do to that because he would have to have millions of dollars and he would have to tear down the foundation. That is how bad the mold is. He acknowledged the mold in that building, in the gym where there was a dead bird found. In a whole video. Can you believe it? He acknowledged black mold growing inside the gym in the video.
Lady Luck, maybe me, you Lennon, some of these real podcasters telling the truth about this stuff. Maybe we should all get together, put a GoFundMe together, really put the people's money into this, buy them bandos, tear them drones down, and build up something, comparable to the community center. Maybe we should do that then.
I would love to see that thing become a parking lot. I'm telling you, I would love to see that building come down. I would stand there as they bulldoze it and pave over it and watch it become a whole parking lot.
Put the explosives in there and watch it implode.
Yes, y'all put your little tubes in your ears, child. I mean, it's not increasing property value. The building is just there, and as opposed to him saying, "Okay, you all, I can't do anything with this building." So please know that all of your money that you're giving to me, aside from me buying Little Debbie snack cakes and ginger ale, will be going only towards the smaller building. I'm going to have to give this up because now it's becoming a waste of money. See, the Umar Tardians aren't even thinking about that. It's a waste of money. The judgments being paid on it, the vacant property registration fees, all for what? It's never going to be renovated.
You just reminded me. Remember when the story first broke about the property taxes and how the sheriff's sale and everything was on there? There was a guy. I don't know if he's a regular podcaster, but I know he was a business entrepreneur because he did a couple podcasts where he put it out there. He proposed. He obviously didn't speak to the fool in person, but he proposed on there and just gave him the information for him to get in contact. He said, "Look, I see that these are about to get sold." He's like, we do this. He's like, I will buy them out of whatever sheriff sale that they're in before they go to auction. He's like, I will give you the smaller school. He's like, but the bigger building I'm going to take, and I'm going to be able to do whatever I want with it. He's like, I want you to sign off on the paperwork on that. He's like, you can do whatever you want with the smaller one. He's like, and I'll even give you money to front your project to get it off the ground. He's like, but the bigger one, I want to be able to do what I want to do with it. And he was going to turn it into I think a community center or outreach center, something like that. And he said this. And of course, Genius never got back to him. But there was a guy that said exactly that, and he was going to buy both them buildings, gift the other one to Umar, and do something across the street with the other one, right in front of his face, basically, because he knew Umar was full of crap. But he was going to do something with it right in front of his face to show that it could be done. And he never said anything, never even mentioned it.
Oh, of course not, because now he has. Here's the grift in this is the fundraising.
Of course.
Now he has to actually explain why he fundraised for a building. The city has already said no human being shall go in it. It's not safe. You are to vacate it, or you got to get it up to code, which he has not done. And it's been 6 long years. That building has been sitting in the state it is in, decaying even worse, for 6 more years since 2020. And now he has to explain why he's been asking for money for that building that he knew he was never going to open, and try to explain where that money went for that building when it could have went towards the smaller building. And then that makes it even worse, because now you got to explain, okay, let's say you got $1 million in 6 years. 500,000 of it theoretically goes towards the bigger building, but you're not going to open it. So in theory, the 500,000 for the bigger building could have all went towards the smaller building. So that's more money that should have shifted to the smaller building, right? So why is it that the smaller building still is not open after 7 years? If all the money you've been raising has been for the smaller building because you knew you could not open the big one, then why isn't the smaller building open? Why isn't the certificate of occupancy already there? The building is not even insured. It's no inspection report or anything. Not an initial, not a final, nothing. No permit.
Are there even building permits?
No building permits done since 2023.
Wow.
It's been 3 whole years since an active permit has been on that building, the smaller one. So you've gotten all this money you've raised in the last 6 years, lying to people saying it's for both schools when it's only for one. And you still didn't open the smaller one. So what you doing with all the money?
Or not
And
even
that's the
open it.
one
Didn't
thing that
even
he
get it up to
can.
code.
Exactly. The
It's not even
smaller
up to
building won't even
code.
pass. It won't even
No.
pass inspection.
They ain't even got to go inside. You walk them grounds
Exactly.
outside, and you can be like, nah. Mm-mm. We
Mhm.
can't even get to the inside because the outside got so much to be done. But you painted a
Exactly.
wall. But you just connected a pipe.
Exactly. You painting, you doing all this stuff, you going in it, cleaning desk, and for what? When you don't even want to pay the water and sewage bill.
You still got boarded up windows on the side. You still got hornets' nests in the other windows.
Yeah, missing ceiling tiles. Like, it is so much wrong with that building, but yet he said it has been 2 years since he spoke with somebody from the city to inspect it, and he expected them to just pass it.
One of the pictures I took today, the back foundation is now crumbling. You got cinder blocks and stones all crumbling up and going to the wayside. Like it's ridiculous. It's dilapidated. Like anybody, number one, whether you're a follower or not, stop using this as a black on black thing. Nobody is coming at him on some black on black thing. We're coming at him because we need to have standards in our community representatives and our community leadership. And if we don't, how can we expect any other race to take us seriously if we don't take ourselves seriously?
Right. And they don't want to hold him accountable. They get scared to sue him. They're scared to ask for ledgers, expense reports. They're scared to ask him, for proof of all of these donor dollars coming in. They're scared of the black conscious community is petrified of him.
Anybody in the conscious community, I don't care, the elder or whoever, I don't care who you are, if you're out there listening, anybody in the conscious community, don't even speak. Don't say nothing. Don't come at. Don't act like you here for us. You ain't no better than the It's Up There, Father David, and the Breakfast Club. You right alongside of them. Y'all are the Stevens to our Django right now.
Exactly. They pacify this BS behavior, and at the end of the day, he won't even show them how much money he spent on this bando. And when you can't pull up permits to match any renovation being done, and they don't even want to ask, and you're talking about what an application for a permit is like $30-some.
Or any contractor that you said robbed you don't want to have no name.
Yeah, no invoices, no contracts, no nothing. They won't even ask for basic information. So proof that something's being done.
Matter of fact, what's the name of this dude that's him and hard on your inspection? What's his name? Since he worked for the city, how come you ain't calling his name out?
That's what I'm saying.
Because that's discrimination and profiling on a business level alone. That means he's not showing the integrity of his office, and he should be removed and fired. Right? What's his name?
Yep. Tell us the name. Tell us who all these people are you keep claiming you talking to, Umar.
If you went to McDonald's a couple times and the same person keep messing up your order, I guarantee you be at the front counter and be like, I need to see the manager because this person needs to get fired. They keep messing up my order.
Listen, he would already have duked it out with the hamburger by now.
So
him and the hamburger would have had a full fist fight.
But this inspector that's holding up your whole project that and you've had dealings with for the last year, you can't say his name.
Exactly. We don't know who this fictitious inspector is, just like Big Bird. It's a mystery to us all.
It's like Snuffleupagus. Only he can see him. Only he can see him.
All these people are fictitious friends in his mind and in his alternate reality. Only him and the Umar Tardians can see them. Because apparently they're going to just go along with it. So.
Oh, well, no, because
he gives the name. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, this is a real person.
Yeah, remember, they're just holograms, so that's probably why we can't see them.
Exactly. Y'all call us holograms. Umar, you the only alien on this planet that no one wants. Get your ass off of Earth. Whenever you all are ready on Jupiter to get your slumlord back, he's all yours. We will happily give him up. Umar, please know we will never ever fight another planet for you. You can get on back, get on that spaceship from Elon Musk, skyrocket your behind off of our planet, and keep living somewhere else. Just go on. Y'all. Shout out to you, Enterprise.
Lady Luck, as usual, I love you. Thank you for having me on. You know, saying my little spiel. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep on with the live, the counter lives, as I like to call them. With anytime he says whatever and the renovations are done, I'm gonna be right up there to film whatever and see whatever is done. So I'm gonna keep that going. Thank you to the Lady Luck Club for having me on. Like, share, subscribe to my channel.
Y'all, shout out to Enterprise.
One more thing. I think I said it to you and Lennon. Everybody was talking about it, so I made it a reality, and I got samples coming this weekend. I did make Where the School At shirts. So once I get the samples and see how the quality is, I'm gonna make sure that those are on my channel, and I'll send the links out to everybody, because I'm going to make them available to be purchased for everybody. So then we can represent when we on these podcasts and we talk and we know all this. We're gonna have the Where the School At t-shirts.
There you go. Shout out to you. Y'all, I'm excited. Where the school at? Oh man. So once you do, email me and we will make sure we support you and drop the link. If I could get one of the mods to drop the link to Enterprise YouTube channel, make sure you guys go check him out. He has a plethora of videos, especially of his tours that he's done up there at FDMG, where he has in real time recorded the buildings to show you all the real state of what these buildings are in, and to continuously prove that Umar is a damn liar from the pit of hell. Can't make this up. Thank you, Enterprise, for joining us.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
you guys so much.
You be good, and don't forget, email us when you're ready with those t-shirts.
Oh yeah. Once I get the samples, I check everything out, the quality and all that. I got you.
Sounds good. I'll drop you down.
All right.
All right. Y'all, shout out to Enterprise. Oh my goodness. We gonna finish checking out this video right quick of Enterprise. This is his latest video, because he said some stuff in here that I want to catch. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Okay. And then you subscribe to the Lady Luck Club, as well as to Enterprise Entertainment and Lady Luck Club with Sweet Tea. That is my second channel. And it is growing. And I'm so excited. And I just want to thank you all so far for all the supers and the support you all have shown for our virtual rent party. Hi-yo! Oh, we're making the devil and malware mad at the same time. Thank y'all so much for the. Let me get some more supers in. Ciao. I want to make sure we got Laurie in for the $10 super here. Rent Dollar Tree Skincare Fund. Hashtag Fiona's fine. Thank you so much, y'all. Malware called me the brown version of Shrek. Can you believe it? And it wasn't Shrek, it was Fiona as Shrek. Ooh, chat. She was so mad. Oh no. This is after she filed a false copyright strike on me now. This is her throwing a tantrum after listening to my video clowning her for filing a false copyright strike against me, where she failed to read YouTube policies that state specifically that my counter will initiate a legal process. She got mad at that, but she didn't read the YouTube policies. And she called me the brown skin version of Fiona Shrek. Oh, malware. I'm going in on you once I get your video up, girl. Shout out to you, Laurie, for the $10 super. We got Ginger Spice with the $15 super. Lady Luck, you helped me get through work. 100. I stay laughing. Honey, you got to keep laughing. Thank you so much, Ginger, for the love you show, honey, for the $15 super. Enterprise with the $2 super. Shout out to him. And shout out to him for dropping the information about Kingswood Community Center. Make sure you guys go check out their website. So now Umar can't keep lying, and pretend as if he's the only one in Wilmington, Delaware doing anything when he's not. He's not doing anything at all. Taking people's money and lying like hell. That's all he's doing. Oh, him and the Hamburglar. Thank Thank y'all so much, y'all. Let's keep this rolling. Let's get through this video, and then we're gonna go to Panda Press video as he speak about Lord, the legal hurdle on Umar knowing he cannot have a black boys only school because federal laws. Once again, you know that one thing that seems like him and this black conscious community they don't really want to read about. Laws. They don't like our laws. They don't have to live in our country. They could go. Make this
on my job, riding by Fraud DMG. I know that trash ain't still out there. I know that bag of trash ain't still out there.
Thank you, Enterprise.
Oh, we got more trash in the bush.
Hey, Woki Wasabi. Uncle Mo. Miss Independent.
Oh, looky. The pipe done got connected. I guess somebody listening to all them podcasts. Still got black gold, moist. I know that trash ain't still out there. Shame.
That trash is still there, y'all. Trash is out there. How do you get something connected but not trash picked up? What is the deal? Is there no dumpster around? And the Umar Tardians will tell you, why don't you go get it? No, why don't y'all dumbasses go get it? Y'all the ones worshiping this stupid cult leader that has no brain, that thinks that we're all holograms. Can the Umar Tardians explain it? Can you explain to the rest of us, humanity, why your cult leader thinks that we're all walking holograms? His ideology is shifting more and more to Scientology every day. Next thing you know, he'll be talking about Thetans and how we all need audits. He's going to be like, what's an Ogun? I don't believe in that. I believe in Thetans. You know, we crawled out of volcanoes. Can't make this up. Why is he calling us holograms? What the hell is wrong with him? You know, Umar, why don't you test that theory out? Why don't you fall into the center of the earth? And then let us know if anything hurts or if you land or anything. Then we'll see if you're a hologram or not. Go to the deepest parts of the ocean and just be there. Try to see if you can breathe through your gills. Whatever. He's a hologram. He should be able to survive anything, right? Umar, if we put you between a rock and a hard place and squish your ass, would you just project out on the building or what? What's going to happen? Yeah, he claims to be a hologram.
You trying. But the windows are still boarded up.
That's no trash, sir.
Enterprise Entertainment. We out.
Y'all, this is so ridiculous.
I am a blood relative of Frederick.
Y'all. We got Panda Press up. Umar Johnson. The title was fake. The bloodline was fake. The school is empty. Panda Press is keeping his foot on his neck. And we are here for it. So we're going to check out this video. And yes, shout out to Dr. Nini. We have the puppet version of Malware's latest video about dating apps. Oh, Shelby's going to be so pissed.
Douglas, my name is on the family trip. We have a family reunion every 2 years.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Dr. Umar Johnson has been calling himself a psychologist for over 2 decades. He has been calling himself a kinsman of Frederick Douglass for just as long. In the entire FDMG fundraising campaign, every dollar, every donation, every Breakfast Club appearance, every community rally was built on both of those things being true. So let me ask you something real simple. What happens to the school when neither one of them is? Because in January 2018, Dr. Umar sat in front of the Pennsylvania State Board of Psychology and defended himself by saying he never claimed to be a licensed psychologist. His exact defense on government record. And in April 2016, the Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives issued an official public statement. Their words, not mine. 100% certainty. He is not a descendant. His name is not on the family tree. The tree is held at the Frederick Douglass National.
To the Umar Tardians, why does your dumbass cult leader keep lying about his lineage? If he's proud of his bloodline, he doesn't want his own siblings to see their mother. Why does he sit here and lie about his lineage? Why can't he just be happy with the family he came from? Shout out to my mother in the chat. I appreciate you. I would say your name, but you know, there's people looking for me. They're trying to dox me and commit cyber crimes. So I already told you about how that's gonna go. It's so crazy. But Umar, why do you need to lie about being related to Frederick Douglass? You're already lying about building a school. You didn't build anything. It was already there, being infested with black mold when K-12 management bought it. So why do you need to add on another dumb lie about being related to Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, any of them? You're not a descendant of his. Leave the family alone. Let them be at peace. Why bother them and bring their name up in your dumb ass lie that you can't prove, because DNA and genetics and science is a real thing here on Earth. We don't care about your hologram. When you go to a doctor, they're going to draw blood out of your body, hologram or not, and it will not come back as a match to any genetic chromosome inside the blood of a descendant of Frederick Douglass. That can be easily debunked with a DNA test. That is how stupid Umar's lies are. Science can debunk his dumb ass. And he continues to lie about this. And for what? Y'all, this is so crazy. So crazy. Let's get back to it.
Historic site in Washington, D.C. The Douglas elders also issued a separate declaration. They called him an unverified disgrace to the family name. His own father took a DNA test. No match.
So that was a lie.
The title was fake. The bloodline was fake. And the school named after a man he is not related to is still empty. Every dollar donated to FDMG went to a man who could not prove either thing that made him worth donating to. Let us start with December 2017. The Pennsylvania Bureau of Professional and Occupational Affairs filed a formal charge against Dr. Umar Johnson. The charge was practicing psychology without a license, presenting himself as a psychologist who offers counseling services without state authorization. The potential.
He still does that. Yeah, he did that in his mama's closet like 2 or 3 times last year. He still does that. The Umar Tardians that refuse to read, because reading is not fundamental for them, they will never read those documents that we went over here in the LLC. Umar went over those documents for a reason, so that people can see that even the Board of Psychology in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania do not trust that you would even get a license in good faith and do the right thing, because you've lied so bad about not having one and purporting yourself to actually have one, as opposed to you just getting the license or the certification. You lie about being a licensed clinical psychologist, and then you offer services, treatment, and information, advice, as if you are licensed and certified, when you know damn well you're not. He can't even use certain terminology that leaves the average person with the impression that he is a licensed, certified psychologist. And yet, he still does it to this very day, because the Umar Tardians do not read worth shit. And he thinks he's a hologram. You know, he thinks we're all holograms. This stupid ass cult thinks we're all holograms now.
Fine was $10,000 per violation, not per case, per violation. Every time he called himself a psychologist in public without a license, that was a potential $10,000 hit. So Dr. Umar did what Dr. Umar always does when accountability gets close. He went public, called it an attack, said the white man was threatened by an unlicensed certified school psychologist with an international reputation.
None of it's true. None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up. They lie.
Rallied his audience around the idea that the system was coming for him specifically. And then he walked into that Harrisburg hearing in January 2018 and made a very specific legal argument. He said he never claimed to be a licensed psychologist. That was his defense. Not that the charges were wrong, not that he had a license they missed. His defense was that he never said he had one in the first place. The board could not strip a license he never.
it's not about stripping a license. It's about him purporting himself to be a licensed psychologist. They told him you shouldn't even use certain terms. If the average person believes, based on what you say, that you are a licensed, certified psychologist, shut the F up. You need to constantly remind people that you're not licensed or certified. But yet, we have snippets of him saying the opposite. So for him to say that, and this was a while back, y'all. I have snippets of him saying this as of last year, where he actually said that he is a psychologist, that he is licensed and certified. He's allowed people to introduce him, because he keeps going on all these podcasts that kiss his ass, all these grown ass men that are whole simps because they keep simping for him. One has actually introduced him as a licensed certified psychologist. You can't make this up. I'm going to actually pull up that snip so you all can see it, because I want you all to understand that even with that type of introduction, it's his responsibility to correct that individual. If someone introduces him as a licensed certified psychologist, clinical psychologist, any of those terms at all, it's his job to correct them. He's 55,862 years old. Umar is well over 50. Even though he still tries to walk around and act like he's stuck in, the mindset of a 22-year-old. It's his job to correct them and say, no. I'm not a licensed clinical certified psychologist. Please don't say that. But he didn't even correct the man. And that's exactly how he was introduced, by a podcaster. So he doesn't give a damn about what any board thinks. He thinks he's above our rule of law in the United States of America, when he could just take his ass to Ghana and never come back. I mean, no one's stopping him. Umar Tardians, y'all pack up. You're moving out the country. Umar is going to take this entire coat and get the hell on somewhere so that we can stop losing brain cells. You can't make this up.
But hell, so technically, he walked out of that hearing without losing anything because there was nothing to lose. He declared victory, posted about it, called it proof the system could not touch him, and his audience believed it. Because why would you lie about winning?
Why?
But here's what that victory actually meant. The Pennsylvania State Board of Psychology now had it on record. Dr. Umar Johnson, no license, never held one. His own words, his own defense. He saved himself from the fine by admitting the title was always hollow. And then Umar Johnson went right back to using it. Before the hearing, his website described him as a doctor of clinical psychology and certified school psychologist who was an expert on the education and mental health of African and African American children. After the hearing, his website described him as a doctor of clinical psychology and certified school psychologist who was an expert on the education and mental health of African and African American children. Word for word, nothing changed.
You're showing me how unserious you are.
He was still doing speaking tours, still charging ticket prices built on that credential, still sitting in the Breakfast Club chairs telling the community their children needed his expertise, still fundraising for a school that required the audience to trust his professional judgment on Black boys and education. And nobody asked the obvious question. If you just spent a government hearing arguing that you never claimed to be a licensed psychologist, why does your website still say psychologist?
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
why does your speaking tour still bill you as a psychological expert?
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
why are people still sending money to a school run by someone who just legally disowned the credential that made him worth sending money to?
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
the answer is that the hearing was for the board. The title was for the audience. And those were two completely different conversations that were never allowed to happen in the same room. In Harrisburg, he was a certified school psychologist with a doctorate who never claimed to be licensed. On The Breakfast Club, he was the preeminent psychological expert on Black boys in America. Same man, same mouth.
Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
Two completely different identities depending on who was asking and what was at stake. The title was only fake when it cost him money. Every other time, it was real enough to fundraise with. And the community only ever saw one of those versions. Now let us talk about the name.
Look
of
at
the
this
school.
clown. Y'all, the clown. It's the clown for me. I'm trying to find, oh man, I don't have that clip. It is the interview he did with the podcaster in Atlanta. The guy was wearing like a yellow shirt, button-down shirt, something like that. That's the one where the guy introduced him as a licensed, certified psychologist. And he sat there like the Oompa Loompa he is and let that shit happen. Oh my God. I can't remember the name of the podcaster, but it was last year. The dude is he had a bald head. Oh man, I gotta find this. I'm gonna have to find it. Because he introduced him as a licensed certified psychologist. And Umar just sat there and nodded his head in agreement. And then he's done these so-called sessions in his mama's closet. So Umar has purported himself to be a licensed certified psychologist. He never ever clarifies that he can only even claim the title when he is gainfully employed with a school, serving in the role of a counselor or a child psychologist. He has to either be working his own practice or working for a school where he's in that role. Otherwise, he can't just go around saying that he's even a child psychologist. Having a degree is not the same thing as having a certificate or a licensure. Those are two different things. You could get a degree in something and never be licensed, such as a law degree. You can go to law school and get a law degree all day. But you can't practice law if you don't pass the bar. You need to be licensed to practice law. So if you go to school and get a degree, you're just a lawyer. If you practice law, you're an attorney. Does that make sense? I could go to medical school and get a medical degree all day. If I do not get my license to practice medicine, I cannot go around giving treatment or even serving in this expertise role. I've just gotten the education. I don't have the credentials to practice medicine. There is a difference. And the Umartardians, this Black conscious community, they don't care about the difference. They just let this Oompa Loompa sit in his mama's closet, run his damn mouth while he looks like he's big, mad. You talking about somebody look like they mad, and bored. Yeah, that's Oompa Loompa. Look at the session he did on Thanksgiving last year. Y'all, he looked like he was agitated. Like somebody dared him to do something and he lost the bet. And the punishment was you got to do a session in your mama's closet for Thanksgiving. He was mad as hell. He even sounded irritated. He was not happy. And then he didn't have his little Debbie snack cakes within arm's reach. No ginger ale in sight. So he was big, mad. So he doesn't even seem to be excited when he says the dumb stuff he says that he's not credentialed to say. And yet his cowardly ass gets before the board, and then all of a sudden it's, I never said I was a licensed psychologist. No, own up to it, you dumb liar. Why you clowning out now? Why coward out now? Bunch of cowards they are in this conscious community.
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, FDMG, the school for black boys that was going to change everything. Named after one of the greatest abolitionists in American history. Dr. Umar did not just name the school after Frederick Douglass because he admired him. He named it after Douglass because he claimed to be his kinsman, his blood relative, a direct connection to the man himself. That was part of the pitch. The right man, chosen by lineage, carrying the work forward. People donated to that story, not just to a building, to the idea that history had selected this specific person for this specific mission. So on April 18th, 2016, when the Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives issued their official public statement, it was not a small thing. Their exact words, 100% certainty. He is not a descendant. His name is not on the family tree. The official Douglass family tree is held in the archives at the Frederick Douglass National Historic Site in Washington, D.C. 100% certainty. Not probably not we have questions. 100%. And that was not the only statement. The elders of the Bailey family, the family Douglass himself came from, issued a separate declaration. They called him an unverified disgrace to the family name, disowned him publicly by name. Two separate institutions connected to the actual
Umar, the descendants of Frederick Douglass told you to kick rocks and go to hell. Oh, I love it. They said, go to hell and kiss our ass and stop calling our name. Stop trying to be related to us. You're a disgrace. This is what happens when you lie 24/7, become a cult leader, and then want to talk about people being holograms. I'm sure he thinks he's a hollow of a human being now, because they have ultimately told him, boy, if you don't kick rocks and leave us alone, you're an embarrassment. Oh, Umar, the DNA test results have come in. Are you ready? And the test results show Frederick Douglass is not the father.
Frederick Douglass said no, not our family, not our bloodline, not our legacy. And then his own father took an ancestry DNA test. No match to the verified Douglass bloodline. His own father's DNA. The man who told Dr. Umar he was related to Douglass in the first place. No match. The title was gone after the 2018 hearing. The bloodline was gone after the 2016 statement. Both foundations, both receipts, both on record before a single child ever walked through the doors of FDMG. He kept the name on the school anyway and kept asking the community to fund it. Now, I want you to notice something, because this is where it stops being two separate stories and becomes one very clear pattern. 2016, the Frederick Douglass family says he is not their kinsman. His response is to call it a conspiracy, say the white man is threatened by his Pan-African work, rally his audience around the idea that powerful forces are trying to discredit him, keep the name on the school, keep fundraising. 2018, the Pennsylvania Board of Psychology says he has never held a license. His response is to declare victory on a technicality, say the board was jealous of his international reputation.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe. Rally his audience around the idea that an unlicensed man had more impact than the entire licensed establishment. Keep the title, keep fundraising. 2 years apart, two completely different institutions, two completely different receipts. Same exact response both times. Crazy. Reframe it as an attack. Find a villain, declare victory, keep going. The city of Wilmington posting a notice on the door. The black contractor scamming him. The bank freezing his accounts. The building inspector asking unnecessary questions. The haters finding the auction notice. The struggle streamers doing it for views. If you watched the last video, you already recognize that list. Every time accountability gets close, a new villain appears.
I mean, it's all right. Like, overrated as in my opinion. I mean, and you know what though? That's typically how the bullshit goes. You feel me?
The Pennsylvania board was just another villain on a list that has been running for over a decade. But here's what is different about these two receipts compared to the contractor or the water bills. These did not come from critics. These did not come from haters. These did not come from people with a reason to lie about him. The Pennsylvania board used his own defense against him. The Douglass family used their own records. His own father's DNA used his own biology. Every single receipt that dismantles the foundation of Dr. Umar Johnson's brand came from inside his own story, and he ran the same play on all of them. All right, stop for a second, because I want you to go back through everything we just covered and ask one question. Who made the argument that destroyed the credential? Dr. Umar himself, in a hearing under oath, his exact defense. Who made the argument that destroyed the bloodline? The Frederick Douglass family, using their own archived records, held at a national historic site, not a blog, not a YouTube channel, a federal archive. Who confirmed the DNA did not match? His own father, the man who started the whole story in the first place. Not one of those receipts came from an enemy. Not one of them came from someone with a political reason to take him down. Not one of them came from the white establishment he keeps pointing at. They came from him, from the family he claimed, from the biology he inherited. That is what makes this different from every other accountability argument about Dr. Umar Johnson. You cannot call this a hit job. You cannot call this coordinated opposition. You cannot call this the system trying to silence a black man with an international reputation. The man who destroyed the credential was Umar Johnson. The family that rejected the bloodline was the family he claimed. The DNA that came back with no match belonged to his own father. 3 receipts, 0 outside enemies. All of it came from inside the story he built, and the community that donated trusted the story more than they checked the receipts. That is not Dr. Umar's fault alone. That is a cultural pattern worth sitting with. So let us talk about.
Yeah, I also blame this black conscious community and Father Baba Yaga and Yoda and them for sitting here and pampering his dumb ass too, along with all these podcasters that simp and kiss his ass. It's a lot of kissing. You got Malware running around talking about he's losing weight. Where? In his skull. Yeah, he has no brain. That's the only credit I give him for losing. He's lost his brain. That's it. He hasn't even lost water weight. The hell is she talking about? You can't make this up. They sit here and they make up. And this is why it was so irritating for her to come out lying like hell. You don't have to lie on him. He's a liar by himself. A bad one at that. And he has a cult that doesn't question any lie that he tells them. He says, oh, the inspector, it has not called me back, but it's been a couple years. What do you mean? You know, they won't even ask. Can you give us the proof that you communicated with this person? How do we know you even called him? But you're talking about somebody being Jamaican and stuff. And oh, how he's somehow inwardly racist, you know, because he's Jamaican, he's supposed to just let you do what the hell you want to do. Hell no. That has nothing to do with your race. That's a matter of following the law and safety codes. Local ordinances, you know, local laws. You're not above that. And yet, every time they pander to him, they have him believe he's beyond reproach. And they themselves think they're beyond reproach. Look at how Malware is being treated by other clowns that refuse to just say she lied. She came out and lied about lawsuits and checks and all kinds of felonious things. And it's like, what the hell? As opposed to those people saying, she lied like hell about that. Oh, I don't want to kick her while she's down, even though she put herself down there. No accountability whatsoever. And how dare you call them out on the lie? I mean, you know, I'm going to strike every video on your channel out of spite and vengeance. Not because I've read a law. Because you called me out. Yes. Because I don't give a damn about your race. When you're being an embarrassment to all women on earth. Lying about something that you don't have to lie about, that no court of law can produce, that's court documents. On someone that you don't need to lie on. Umar the Oompa Loompa is a dumbass cult leader by himself. He's already a bad guy. Don't put us in a position to have to sound as if we're defending his stupid ass either. Because the fact that he is not producing the school, that's not something you don't need to lie to facilitate that. It's going to reveal itself on its own when he never opens it. When we shout out to KKC, when he's able to get a FOIA request in and show that a violation from 2020 has already revealed that the larger building is not fit for human habitation. Why do you need to lie about a lawsuit? Make it make sense? But how dare you say that person lied when they didn't have to lie in the first place? You know, because they grown and old as hell. So you got an Oompa Loompa that thinks that we're all holograms, and a turtle head that thinks that I'm the brown skin version of Fiona Strait.
What people actually donated to, because it was never just a building. If it was just a building, the fundraising would have had line items, receipts, a budget, a timeline with deliverables, a board of directors, a nonprofit filing that showed where the money went. None of that ever consistently materialized. And yet hundreds of thousands of dollars came in across a decade from real people pulling out real phones and sending real money. Why? Because they were not donating to a building. They were donating to a credential and a bloodline. They were donating to the man who said he was a psychological expert on black boys. The man who said history had selected him through his connection to Frederick.
The same man that said he want to cuddle with little boys by the fireside. All of you should be disturbed by that. Like, that's a disturbing image. Yeah, can I get an AI image on that? Can somebody come up with an AI image? The Oompa Loompa trying to cuddle with little boys by the fireside and show the little boys pushing him away. Because we don't want it to make it seem as if it would be easy. Like, we hope these kids fight back. But I want people to understand, especially if you're a parent, I want you to understand how disturbing that is to think that a grown-ass man who didn't even take care of his own children, that is connected to him by his bloodline, wants to cuddle with little boys by a fireside. I want you all to understand how disturbing that is. The Oompa Loompas don't give a damn. Maybe if they see some of this stuff visually, then they'll probably think twice about it. Like, don't touch my child, though. No, they want to give him money because he doesn't want to get a job to send their kids to a school where they will be forever traumatized. You know, because they're horrible parents. And they think somehow Umar is a god and a cult leader. But if they see visually what these words look like coming out of his mouth, I want to cuddle with the little boys by the fireside while they're wearing their little suits. They need to see that. They need to see that. I'm here to rein in that reality. They need to see what that physically looks like. I would hope they would be repulsed by that. If not, they should not be parents. You're not fit to be a parent. If you're not repulsed by the visualization of this grown-ass, unbathed Oompa Loompa who thinks that we're all holograms, cuddling with little boys that are in 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade while they're wearing some suits by a fireside. Yeah, I want that reality to hit home.
Douglas himself, the man who said nobody else was qualified to do what he was doing because nobody else had what he had. The credential was hollow enough to disown under oath, and the bloodline was disputed enough for the actual family to issue 2 separate public statements rejecting it. Strip both of those away, and what is left? A man with a building in Wilmington, Delaware that has never taught a single child. A fundraising operation that has run for over a decade without producing audited financials. A school named after a man whose family said he is not related to them. The pitch was always the problem, not just the execution, because if the credential was real, the Pennsylvania board would have found a license to strip. If the bloodline was real, the Douglas family would not have issued a public statement. If the school was real, a child would have walked through the door by now. None of those 3 things happened, and all 3 of them were knowable before the first dollar was ever donated. The community did not fail Dr. Umar Johnson. They trusted what he told them. The question is why nobody asked him to prove any of it before they opened their wallets. Let me tell you what this video was not about. This video was not about tearing down a black man who wanted to build a school. That is not the argument. The argument is about what we require before we say yes. Because here's the truth underneath all of this. Dr. Umar Johnson is not the first person to build a brand around black liberation and ask the community to fund it on the strength of a credential and a legacy connection. He will not be the last. That pattern is as old as the movement itself. What makes this specific is that both receipts were available. The Pennsylvania board hearing was public record. The Douglas family statement was published in April 2016 and has been sitting on the internet ever since.
Years.
His father's DNA results were discussed publicly. None of this was hidden. None of this required investigative journalism to uncover. It was just never laid out in one place in a way that connected all 3 to the same verdict. And that is the cultural question worth sitting with. Not why did Dr. Umar lie? People lie. That is not a cultural revelation. The question is, why did the community not require documentation before the credential became currency? Why did the
why not sue his ass and get all of this discovery regarding how he spent your dollars for 14 years? Why can't they grow a spine and sue him again in this Black conscious community? They think he's doing something positive, a term they can't define. Obviously, the Black conscious community cannot define the word positive. Because, you know, he wants to cuddle with little boys by the fireside while they're wearing suits. Mind you, this will be second, third, and fourth graders. And they're not his kids by his bloodline. So heck on other people's kids. Like, this is the dumb shit they don't ever think about. They think it's okay for him to be cuddling with them. What if these cuddles become forced hugs and then forced touches and all this shit? Your kid traumatized all because some lowly, low self-esteem Black woman thought it was cute for Umar to say over and over again, Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. That's all it takes for them. So since they have no standards, they're going to demoralize their children and subject them to this nasty, stanky ass Black man, you know, because they got to be positive and all. To cuddle by the fireside with their second, third, and fourth grade little boys. And they don't see anything wrong with that in the Black conscious community. Oh, you're tearing them down. I might be sparing some of these kids from having unwanted touches in their no parts, you know, because stranger danger.
bloodline claim get to function as a fundraising tool for years before the actual family had to issue a public statement to push back? Why did the title get to keep working after a government hearing confirmed it was never licensed? The answer is not that Black people are gullible. That is a lazy read and it is wrong. The real answer is simpler. When somebody frames every receipt as an attack from the system you are already fighting, asking for documentation starts to feel like you are siding with the enemy. Dr. Umar knew that. He used it every single time. But the receipts in this video did not come from institutions trying to silence him. They came from his own mouth, his own family's DNA, the family he claimed as his own. You cannot frame those as institutional attacks. You cannot call your own defense testimony a conspiracy. You cannot call the Douglas family's archived records a hit job, and yet the school still has no students. The credential is still on the website. The name of a man he cannot prove he is related to is still on the building. So here's what I keep coming back to. At some point, accountability stops being about one man and starts being about what we decide to require from the people who ask for our trust. The title should have needed a license number. The bloodline should have needed a document. The school should have needed an audited financial statement after year one. None of those things are unreasonable to ask. They are just uncomfortable to ask when the person asking you to trust them has wrapped themselves in the symbols of Black liberation. That is the move, and it worked for over a decade. Dr. Umar Johnson is not the villain of this story alone. He is the symptom of a cultural habit we have not fully confronted yet. The habit of treating documentation as disrespect when it comes to our own. That habit is what built FDMG. That habit is what kept it going. And that habit is what we leave behind when we finally start asking for the receipts before we open our wallets. Here's what I keep coming back to. Dr. Umar Johnson did not build this alone. He needed an audience willing to skip the documentation step. And for over a decade, that audience showed up. Not because they were foolish, because they wanted the story.
Wait, hold on now. Because, you know, there are some old fools. Let's take a look at, you know, Father Baba Yaga for once. He's an old fool. He's all of 214 years old. And he still allows Umar to come call in on his radio station. And all he does is pander to him and kiss his ass. He doesn't say anything that would even remotely have him thinking twice, let alone piss him off. Let's take a look at Malware. She came out, said that he was suing her, and then there was a class action lawsuit against him. And then turned around and tried to defend him by saying he lost weight in an effort to try to insult me. And all she did was basically tiptoe around the fact that she flat out lied through her teeth. All 514 rows of them. About anything happening in any court of law. And then when she got called out on it, it was everybody else's fault but hers. This is the mentality of this Black conscious community that continues to shield and protect Umar, the dumbass Oompa Loompa. They constantly make excuses for him. They constantly sit here and use terms they can't define. They constantly sit here and repeat his talking points, but they will not ask him, just show us the ledger. Show us vendor invoices, contracts. Where are the permits? Just meet him with a question. And when he doesn't answer it, that should let you know he doesn't have the answer because he's not trying to get it. He doesn't care about vendor invoices because he knows if he does open up that school, he can't keep asking for people to donate to open the school. Does that make sense? To all the Umartardians, if he opens a school, he can't keep asking for people to help him raise money to open a school. Now he's asking for money for decorations. I don't know if the Umartardians have paid any attention, but now he's saying, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal so we can decorate the school. Decorate it for what? If it's completely done, there's nothing to decorate. That's like saying, look at this fully furnished house. 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, but send me money so that I can buy stuff for the fully furnished house. The house is fully furnished. What do you need? See, this is what I mean by them using terms they can't define. Because they don't think twice when he says, send me money to decorate a school that is completely finished and ready to open. What are you decorating? What do you need? You said it was done. And no, we're not sitting here trying to read between lines. He needs to speak plain. Umar's too old to not say what he mean and mean what he say. Amen to that. So why would he still need to ask for money to decorate a building that is completely renovated, that is finished and ready to open? He just needs a certificate of occupancy in his alternate reality and universe where he thinks he's going to get it. But they don't ever ask, why are you asking us to send you money to decorate it? You shouldn't be asking for any money. It's done, right? Okay, well, we're not sending you anything else. Just open it. They don't ever do that. They pander to him. And then they sit here and have the audacity to challenge, content creators and independent journalists like myself. Why don't you all do something? I'm not doing a damn thing. I never said I wanted to open up a school. And I don't want him cuddling with little boys by the fireside. So no, I owe him nothing. That's for you and your cult. While he does the dance of his forefathers, whomever they may be. I'm not contributing towards any pyramid scheme that he's been perpetuating for 14 years. I don't owe Umar shit. Neither does anyone else. I don't have to send him any money. I'm not going up there to pick up his garbage. Why can't he find a dumpster? He'll stand out there and record and call the police on some kids, but he won't put a trash bag in a trash can. Make that make sense? No, that's the bullshit he wants. But these Umartardians go up there and say, I'm going to work for free. Why? He's saying that he's going to charge people $600-700 per child. After still begging for money to decorate it. And you won't even ask him, how are you spending this money again? They won't sue him for it. They won't take him to court. They won't do any of that. So they choose to be stupid on their own, but then they want to bring everybody else into their stupidity. For what? Now, leave us out your dumbass coat. We don't want no part of that. We don't want to put innocent kids in the line of fire into a insured building where he's not insurable, where the building is not insured at all. Well, we know it's not complete and will not pass inspection. Because we care about you honoring city codes for a reason. So that kids don't get hurt and harmed or sick going into this bando. Umar can get sued out the wazoo. Guess what he's going to do? Dodge every single last one of them and go to Ghana. That might be the one thing to drive his ass out of our country. Lawsuits. I think I figured it out. He will leave and go to Ghana if he gets enough lawsuits. Because obviously, you got some really dumbass parents that think that their kids need to go into this bando. But if their kid gets sick or get hurt and harmed, and he actually gets a lawsuit, he'll run from that lawsuit quicker than you can blink. It'll be him chasing down the Hamburglar for that double Whopper with cheese. He'll leave the country then because he's not going to want to be held accountable. But yet, you know, these are the same group of people that find nothing wrong with him saying, I want to cuddle with little boys by the fireside. Now, they don't see shit wrong with that. And then they want us to go pick up his strap. What the fuck? We don't owe him nothing. Hell no. Tell his big ass to go pick it up. That's something he wants to open up as a school. But yet still asking for money for decorations. Y'all, this is the nonsense that these Umartardians that they sit here and perpetuate. This is the nonsense and the buffoonery they want to push on everyone else. And no, we're rejecting it. We refuse to allow these kids to be put into a situation where they're being put in harm's way because you got these dumbass parents and this cult leader moron that think somehow putting these kids in these bandos is a good idea. In the bando, because there's only one. Worst thing that can ever be done to these kids. That and him thinking he's going to actually cuddle up with them by the fireside. Y'all, it's so disturbing for him to say stuff like that. And yet they don't think twice about it. They're cool with that. That shows their mentality too.
To be true. A black man with the credentials. A black man with the bloodline. A black man with the vision. Building something real for black boys in a country that has never built enough for them. That story is worth wanting. That is why it works.
Oh, yeah,
but wanting a story to be true is not the same as the story being true. That is not a Dr. Umar Johnson problem. That is a us problem. And it does not go away when he does. Because the next person who shows up with a credential and a legacy connection and a vision for black liberation is going to get the same response unless we decide right now that documentation is not disrespect. Asking for a license number is not betraying the cause. Asking where the money went is not siding with the enemy. Asking why the family he named the school after says he is not related to them is not a conspiracy. Those are just questions, and they deserved answers before the first dollar ever moved. So here's what I want you to sit with. If the community had asked for one document in 2014, just one, a license number, a verified genealogy record, an audited financial statement, how different does this story look? Because the school is still empty. The credential is still on the website. And the name of a man he cannot prove he is related to is still on the building. How long do we let a story substitute for a receipt? And if you want the full deep dive on everything Dr. Umar Johnson has pulled since day one, I already did almost 3 hours on it. That video is right here too. Click now and I'll see you on the next one.
Yo, this is so well done. Panda Press. One day we're gonna have to schedule some time to check out that full 3 hour. It's 2 hours and 48 minutes. We got to schedule some time to check that whole thing out. I love his mini videos like this, but we've got to sit down and watch, even if we have to do it in like 3 parts. Yeah, take that up and break it up into 3 parts and do part 1, 2, and 3. We got to watch that. He put a lot of work into these videos, and I am just a huge fan. Panda Press, shout out to you, honey. Thank you so much for this content. Y'all, we're going to get to this video that Condia sent me on the copyright strike thing before we get to malware. Because I just want you all to understand why Supreme Court just gave YouTube no excuse to keep this system. Oh, this is so good. Is he an attorney? Yep. Your favorite copyright attorney. Yeah, he's an attorney. Lawful Masses with Leonard French. If you want to understand what's going on, get it from an attorney. And you can always look him up, Leonard French. He should have a bar license number. I don't know what state he's in, but that's how you verify if an attorney is valid and current, by looking them up and getting their bar license number, which is why I keep saying, where's the bar license number from Malware's attorneys again? Because she said she got one on retainer. So we got he cited case law with Cox Communication v. Sony Music Entertainment. The Supreme Court unanimously held that simply knowing your users might infringe copyright is not enough to make you liable. Court killed the 50-year-old legal theory called knowledge plus material contribution that had been the foundation of nearly every secondary copyright lawsuit against internet service providers, cloud services, and platforms. Wow. The case for a fair use renaissance. Y'all, he goes over it all. So we're going to check this out right quick before we get to the Dr. Nini Muppet of Malware talking about dating apps. Hit the phone where you can see it here.
26. The Supreme Court unanimously ruled that Cox Communications, an ISP that knowingly lets subscribers pirate music for years, is not liable.
I gotta give shout out to my mom's up in here, Laura. How you doing, honey? Been a minute, Dr. CB. I hope you feel better. Long-winded Speak says his name ain't on nothing. He don't care. Yeah, Umar does not care. He doesn't give two craps. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Dr. CB. Hope you feel better, honey. We got S-Files. Thank you so much. S-Files dropped the link to video where they say Umar is a doctor and licensed psychologist. There you go. And I know he's been introduced as that as well. So make sure you guys click on that link and you all can see. This has happened recently as of last year where he's still referring to himself as a psychologist, licensed, certified, being introduced as such as well. So like Panda Press said in the video, that hearing was back in 2016 or something. Well over 7-8 years ago. And he tried to get over on them by saying, well, I didn't say I was licensed. You're not certified either. And yet you continue to purport yourself as both. But yet no one questions him on that stuff. They don't push back in this context because they think it's positive for him to lie about a title. Once again, it's a term they can't define. How do you define positivity when someone has to lie? How is lying positive? See, that has nothing to do with skin color. A liar is a liar. A thief is a thief. And none of those two things are synonymous with skin color. You have people of all races and ethnicities that lie and steal. So why is it that it should be acceptable because he's black? No, you don't want anybody to lie and steal your money. These same black conscious community people too would not want someone to just break into their house and steal their shit. You know why? Because they don't want anyone to break into their home and steal their stuff. They worked hard for it. They bought it. It's theirs. So based on their dumbass logic, because they want to be so positive, if it's a black person that breaks into their home and steals their items out their home, out of their property, then they should never call 911, right? They should not be calling the police saying, hey, I just had someone breaking into my house, if it's a black person, because that wouldn't be very positive. We're using their dumb logic against them and continue to do that. I remind them how stupid they sound when they say, why are you telling out a black man who's doing something positive? So lying and stealing is positive. The fact that he will not post up an invoice, a ledger, or anything, somehow that's positive. So if Umar Johnson breaks into your house and steals all your stuff, you mean to tell me you're not going to have his ass locked up because he's black and somehow he did something positive? Yeah, now y'all see how dumb that logic is. Just remember, lying and stealing and him cuddling with little kids by the fireside. Where's the positivity in any of that? And these are the same people that claim to be, soft sits and Moors and shit and think that stuff works in court when it doesn't.
For contributory copyright infringement. Not because Cox behaved well, it didn't. Cox maintained a 13-strike policy the district court called an elaborate sham.
Hey, Cheryl. How you
Internal
doing,
emails showed a company culture summarized by one employee's blunt notation, DMCA equals reactivate. Cox blacklisted an entire copyright enforcement company to avoid processing infringement notices.
Ooh.
It was, by any reasonable measure, a bad actor. And the Supreme Court still said that's not enough. Cox Communication versus Sony Music Entertainment held that providing a general purpose service with knowledge that some users will infringe copyright is not contributory infringement, period. Liability requires something more, either active inducement of infringement or providing a service that is designed for infringement and lacks substantial lawful uses. Internet access is neither. The court dismantled the knowledge plus material contribution framework that lower courts had applied for over 50 years and replaced it with a 2-track test that general purpose platforms will almost never fail. This is a case about an ISP, but its most important consequences are for you and YouTube. Why YouTube's 3 strikes policy exists and why the reason just evaporated. YouTube's 3-strike copyright system is not a product of altruism or corporate responsibility. It is a compliance mechanism built to satisfy a single statutory provision, 17 U.S.C. Section 512I, which conditions the DMCA safe harbor on having a policy that provides for the termination in appropriate circumstances of subscribers and account holders who are repeat infringers.
Repeat infringers. Y'all, you can't make this up. You got to prove there was some infringement. Basic fundamental questions that, Malware failed to ask before I guess she allowed herself to, be convinced by Manny, who's not an attorney, to file false copyright strikes. I can guarantee you all the section he's citing here, they have no idea what that is. They would have to look it up. 17 USC Section 512I. Yeah, neither one of them know what this is off the gate. Nope. They would have to Google it. Because neither of them are attorneys. You see why you don't fuck around with federal laws that you don't understand? Can't make this up.
Infringers. The logic was straightforward. Without DMCA safe harbor, YouTube faces secondary copyright liability for the content its users upload. To keep the safe harbor, YouTube must terminate repeat infringers. To demonstrate it terminates repeat infringers, YouTube built the 3-strike system, 3 copyright strikes in 90 days, and your channel is permanently deleted, along with every video you ever uploaded and every subscriber you ever earned.
Can't make this up.
Before Cox, this was load-bearing architecture. The DMCA safe harbor was the wall between YouTube and potentially ruinous copyright lawsuits. The 3-strike policy was a brick that held up that wall. Lose that safe harbor, face the lawsuits. Simple. Cox changed the equation. If general purpose platforms cannot face contributory copyright liability regardless of their knowledge of user infringement, and YouTube is unquestionably a general purpose platform,
yes, it is,
then the underlying threat that made 3 strikes necessary has diminished significantly. The DMCA safe harbor is still valuable to YouTube because YouTube hosts content and faces potential direct infringement claims, but the contributory liability sword that hung over the platform's head, the Supreme Court just sheathed it. Cox's own attorney conceded at oral argument that after this ruling, the safe harbor provision wouldn't do anything at all for conduit ISPs. For hosting platforms like YouTube, the safe harbor still matters, but it matters less. And the 3-strike policy that was built to protect it, YouTube now has room to rethink it from the ground up.
YouTube is, okay, we just host a platform where people can come on and put up content. Whatever your contribution is, or whatever your content is, they're just giving you a platform to do it. That's simple. And that's what that breaks down to. you want to talk about infringement, you first have to prove that you are the legal rightful owner and that this person infringed upon content you own. And when you file a false copyright strike to YouTube, you're saying to YouTube that there is a legal premise, documentation, evidence that I have to say that I own this particular content and that this person knowingly and willfully and intentionally infringed upon copyright laws and utilized my content in this manner where it violated the law. Does that make sense? Hit the phone. You would have to prove that. This is why you don't F around with federal laws you don't understand. And YouTube is like, oh, okay, you said this. All right, cool. Because they're trying to avoid a lawsuit. But see, what they're not thinking about is the person on the other end that's receiving this false copyright strike can still file a lawsuit because now you're interfering with my ability to have my channel run free from these stupid ass false copyright strikes where you can't prove that you're either a copyright owner or that I intentionally and willfully infringed upon any content whatsoever or stole your content. And can't prove, and I will have to be able to not meet the burden of proving that it was under fair use. Because that's a whole safe haven that we have too. Never mind the person that sent these false copyright strikes utilize other people's videos on their channel. Now I want y'all to keep that in mind. They had no problem clipping and playing and posting up other people's videos and putting it on their channel, claiming that to be fair use. So how does the Fair Use Law, the Fair Use Act, somehow don't apply to the rest of us again? That would be the question that they would have to answer in the court. Once we file a counter to their bullshit false copyright strike, that whole legal process starts. So they would have to take me to court or face the penalty of what happens when you file false copyright strikes and abuse that system as well. Yeah, I told you I'm not for play.
Cost of 3 strikes. To understand why this matters, you have to understand what the current system does to real people. A YouTube creator who receives 3 copyright strikes in the 90-day window loses everything. Not just the disputed video, the entire channel. Every video, every subscriber, every comment, every community post, years of work deleted. And YouTube bans the creator from starting a new channel. For full-time creators whose livelihoods depend on their channels, a 3rd strike is a professional death sentence.
And guess what? That same user will sue the person that sent these false copyright strikes for tort. Yeah. They will be sued for tort, for interfering with their ability to make some money. Y'all, shout out to all of you all that have hit that like button and subscribe to the LLC. Oh, man. My other godmother would be so pissed. And y'all, thank you so much for all the supers that are going towards this virtual rent party that we're having because Malware thinks I can't pay my rent. Oh, shout out to you all. You guys are the heroes of the day.
U.S. Copyright Office's own 2020 Section 512 study found the notice and takedown system unbalanced, tilted towards right holders at the expense of users with legitimate fair use claims. Content is removed before any fair use analysis. Counter notifications take...
You know why content is removed? Because YouTube is not court. What they cannot do is serve in the place of what a judge in a court of law would do. They're not investigators either. So with this false copyright strike, Malware said that there were 2 videos that she has some sort of legal claim towards, even though I haven't seen any evidence on that. And that I infringed upon her content, that she alleged that she has legally proven that she is the legal, lawful, rightful owner of. One of the videos is just a live stream video. And under fair use, that information was transformative, giving commentary, and incorporated with my content. But never mind the fact that she has done the same exact thing with other content creators. Never mind that. So, with this counter, if it comes down to where she takes me to court, because my counter starts that legal process. So if she takes me to court and I lose revenue, I can countersue her ass for it under tort, because you're interfering with my ability to generate revenue on the videos you wanted YouTube to remove without any substantial evidence to prove that I violated the law, that fair use does not apply, and that you're the legal rightful owner of the content itself. And because YouTube is not court, of course they're not going to reach out to me and say, hey, this person wants us to take down your videos. Here's the evidence they provided to prove that they at least own it. They didn't even do that, because I haven't seen any evidence on that. And I could request it and ask for it, but that'll be in my counter, which already initiates a legal process. So it's like that. It's like jumping ahead of the gun, because I can still ask for that evidence if she sues me in discovery. But they don't even require for her to present the evidence when she filed the request for the takedown. That's what's so crazy about this. And they're not going to investigate or serve as a judge in a court of law, because YouTube is not a court. It's a platform that allows people to post up content. They're not a court. That's where this fallacy lies in, where they make these types of decisions, but they don't do the investigations and the legwork to cover their asses when they make the decision to just take down videos and give you a strike. They don't give you any evidence that the person has provided proving that they're the legal owner, or that your content does not fall under fair use. They don't do any of that because they're not attorneys and judges, and this is in court. But yet they don't require and demand that evidence either, and they just jump the gun and take the videos down because they're trying to avoid a lawsuit. But they're not worried about me filing one against their dumbass or against the person that filed the false copyright strike. You can't make this up.
10 to 14 business days during which the content stays down, and the creator lives under the threat that a wrong guess about fair use or a bad faith claim by a rights holder could end their career. The chilling effect is real and pervasive. Creators self-censor. They avoid incorporating copyrighted material even when their use is clearly transformative. Commentary, criticism, education, parody. Video essayists skip visual references. Music commentators avoid playing the songs they're analyzing. Creators who cover news, law, or pop culture walk on eggshells around copyrighted clips, even when their use falls squarely within fair use.
Exactly.
The system punishes risk-taking, and in a creative economy, risk-taking is the whole point. Meanwhile, Content ID, YouTube's automated fingerprinting system, handles 98 to 99% of copyright management on the platform, entirely outside the DMCA strike framework. Content ID scans every upload against over 50 million reference files and lets rights holders choose to monetize, track, or block. About 90% choose to monetize. Content ID claims don't generate copyright strikes, they direct revenue. The system that actually manages copyright on YouTube is not the three-strike system. The three-strike system is a compliance artifact layered on top of it. what YouTube could actually do now. Cox doesn't force YouTube to change anything, but it removes the legal risk that prevented the change. Here's what a reformed copyright strike system could look like. This is not a fantasy, but a reasonable policy that would survive legal scrutiny under the new standard. Raise the strike threshold. 3 strikes in 90 days is an extraordinarily unforgiving system for a platform where creators publish multiple videos per week and copyright law is genuinely ambiguous. A 5 strike or
oh, y'all see that? Copyright law is genuinely ambiguous. You know why? Because oftentimes me saying, oh, this is my live stream, so I own it, is not typically required for me to prove that I own it. I want y'all to see these words. Copyright law is genuinely ambiguous. Not something you will understand with ChatGPT. Nope. You will not understand how copyright laws operate and are interpreted utilizing AI and ChatGPT, which is why Malware should have contacted her damn attorney on retainer and not listen to Manny, who knows better. And you know I know better. Especially when a whole ass attorney is saying flat out, because it is, copyright laws are genuinely ambiguous, meaning there's no set standard with it. You go to court and you think that you might have a case, and then you realize, oh man, I got utterly crushed. It's so ambiguous, it has many interpretations and many meanings, and can be applied and interpreted in many ways. There are many factors that could determine how a lawsuit goes based on copyright law and copyright law infringement. And a whole attorney has laid it flat out. The law itself is genuinely ambiguous. Not something you're going to understand from ChatGPT. Oh yeah, we're going in. Because Manny knows me better than that. And he should have known better when he told Mary Lorian, hey, here's this video from Lady Luck Club. Go ahead and strike this. The F is wrong with you. Don't you think, like I said, I have a whole godparent that's retired federal judge. Judge, not a fucking attorney. Judge, federal judge. What's wrong with you? And you got this attorney confirming copyright law is genuinely ambiguous. Someone who did not go to law school certainly will not be able to interpret it correctly or be able to apply it correctly. And when it is so broad and ambiguous, I'll let them Google that term. Your ChatGPT is not going to narrow it down. It's not going to be clear black and white. And if you go to court, you'll find out the hard way. And I will countersue the out of you, Malware. I promise you that.
Even 7-strike system would give creators meaningful breathing room while still allowing YouTube to terminate persistent, deliberate infringers. The statute requires only that the policy provide for termination in appropriate circumstances. It does not prescribe a number. Courts have accepted policies far more lenient than YouTube's current one. In Capitol Records v. Vimeo, the court found Vimeo's policy reasonable even though it treated multiple notices arriving within a 3-day window as one incident. Reduce the current strike window. The current 90-day window means a creator who receives 2 strikes in January starts each new video in February knowing a single additional claim, even a frivolous one, will destroy their channel. Reducing the window to 30 days would reduce the pressure without eliminating accountability. It would also align better with the reality that copyright disputes are slow. Require fair use screening before a strike issues.
Thank you.
This is the most consequential reform and the hardest to implement. Under the current system, a DMCA takedown request generates a strike immediately. Fair use is only considered after the fact if the creator files a counter notification. This is backwards.
Yeah, it's so ass backwards, it's not even funny. I'm so glad this whole ass attorney that went to law school is saying this. I have to file a counter and make my legal argument because the counter starts a legal process. and proving how it's under fair use. You can't make this stuff up. Good grief. Oh, man. Y'all see the headache? Because YouTube doesn't require anything from the person making the dumbass claim. Listening to somebody that didn't go to law school and pulled up chat GPT. Yeah, no. It's so ass backwards. You have to prove fair use in your counter notification, where you have to give up all your legal information, including your name, phone number, address, your email, and then prove how it applies under fair use. God. Meanwhile, that could be the premise as to why all these false copyright strikes are going out. Just to get your actual legal name, address, phone number, and email. And I have every right to say that when you could just retract the copyright strike, malware. You nutshell. But you not doing that can prove towards me saying that you're doing this to get my actual real information, my legal name and all that shit. That should not be of interest to you because I'm not paying your rent at all. But yet and still, you have people that do that. They file these false copyright strikes so that they can get people's real legal information. Find out where they live, because reasons. But then they don't want to go to jail if they break a law and commit a cybercrime and dox you. How dare you report me to the feds? Yeah, no, you had that coming. What's wrong with you? And they don't think they should be countersued for this headache. Yeah, okay.
The Ninth Circuit held in Lentz v. Universal Music that rights holders must consider fair use before sending a takedown notice, but there's no enforcement mechanism, and rights holders routinely ignore this obligation. YouTube could...
Yeah, because she doesn't. You think Malware cares about Fair Use Act, which she doesn't understand copyright law? Hell no. Yeah, no, it's only so much I expect a turtle to understand. So I just wanted to play this part of it. I'm going to drop the link to this video so you all can watch this and understand why I laid a little club. I'm like, oh, okay. I have to take my time and do this right. Because, no, they don't consider anything when they're saying, oh, okay, we'll just take the video down because you said so. But then I have to sit here and prove how Fair Use Act applies to my content that was transformative based on her blanket approval and permission for us to react to her dumbass video from her movie. And another live stream she did where she doesn't own anything in it and it was still transformative and under fair use. Like, are you kidding me? So don't watch her stupid ass movie because she's going to send a copyright strike, not consider Fair Use Act, and not care if it's transformative or anything. If you don't say something that kisses her ass like Umar, they're one and the same, y'all. You can't make this up. So shout out to my fantastic mods. Kandia, who sent me this. Honey, I love you. Thank you so much. And this does help to bring some level of clarity so that you have content creators and independent journalists and people who do actually, do this full time. They're passionate about it. This is what they want to do with their time, and they earn revenue that helps them pay their bills and their rent and take care of their kids and families and all those things. And they don't have time for bullshit from somebody who did not go to law school, thinking that they know how copyright laws work when they don't even care about Fair Use Act, but yet they clip and post other people's videos on their channel. Yeah, it's so funny. False checks. Talk about how they open and close accounts. All that fraudulent shit going on. Yeah, it could be reported. You can't make this up. The worst that could have happened is she read Fair Use Act. No. Or, somehow that was sent to her from Chat GPT. No, let's do a whole strike, though, based on how much I don't like you. And how much you hurt my feelings. Because you said you didn't like my movie. It hurt my feelings. Oh, okay. I'm about to destroy you right now, girl. I hope you don't have feelings right now. I hope you don't have feelings at this point, because I'm about to ether that shit. Y'all, shout out to Dr. Nene. Let me tell you something. I said, hey, can you get me a Muppet version and alter the audio on here so we can transform this whole thing? We want this to fall under fair use and for it to be completely transformative. And Dr. Nene said, yep, got it coming. And boy, did she knock it out the park. So y'all go watch this. Subscribe to Dr. Nene. Watch all her clips. And watch this video. Don't give Malware a view. Hell no. No, view this one. It is completely transformative and falls under fair use. And we are here for it. Are y'all ready? I hope you don't have feelings right now, Malware, because that's gone. Y'all hit the floor where you can see it here. Let's get to it.
Good evening, everyone. Marianne here. Gina isn't here with us this evening. She's on travel mode with her children, intending to be with family for the holiday. So I'm doing this solo today. But what I wanted to cover on relationship chat today was getting on that app and just kind of breaking down how to select an app. The reason that I chose this is because next week when she returned, when we do Gina and Marianne chat, we're going to share with you guys dates that we both went on. He set a date, she had her set a date. So we're going to share the profile of the individual. We're going to share the documenting date and to really tell our channel member how the process was. Now, so since I'm doing this solo today, I want to emphasize on doing your research before male and female. Do your research before you select a dating app, because what I found, they're not all the same. The concept is the same, but each offers something different that makes them stand out from their competitor. So what I did, I took my time. I looked like I think I did 4 different dating apps, and then I selected the one I felt that kind of fit better for me, that I think I would get more success.
Malware, was it this dating app here? Oh, you precious, precious Muppet. Was it this dating app here? Y'all remember this?
Lowered expectations. Are you desirably impaired? Do you find yourself serving punch at parties? Would you describe yourself as shy, old-fashioned, not on anyone's A-list? Is your ideal date someone in their early 20s with a perfect body and a sparkling personality? Well, unless you win the lottery, you're never going to land that dreamboat.
Malware, that's for you. Girl, unless you hit the lottery, you're never going to land that dreamboat. Ooh, y'all remember lowered expectations.
But that doesn't mean you can't find somebody.
Yeah, this is no
and that's
relationship.
why lowered expectations may be for you. Our video library is packed with thousands of chronically rejected singles, just like you.
Malware. Girl, what did you put on your skin, girl? You looking all of a snow bunny tonight, honey. Girl, you look good. Girl, you look good, girl. I didn't think you had it in your Malware. I didn't think you had it in you. Girl, you are blowing my mind right now. Y'all, she done put on the damn gold shirt with the bells and the shoulder pads. Y'all check out them shoulder pads up in here. Girl, I got her hair done. Sis was like, oh, I'm about to go in. Lady Luck Club want to clown me. I told you, girl. Ether is, I told you I can get savage now. This is me having fun. Child, look at Malware. She went all in. Malware, I am so proud of you. Y'all, Malware did it. This is her dating show app.
Louise, number 342.
Hey, boys. I've been around the track, and I know how to win, place, and show. I like my men like I like my meat. Lean and...
Ooh, child, Malware, look at you. Girl, how you gonna talk? Don't talk nasty to us. You gotta talk nasty to Shelby. Yeah, oh, Shelby got to be crying tears of turtle tears all over the place. Y'all. Shelby is like, how dare you go on this show? You forgot about us. What about our love?
And stringy. Now, I may look like a saddle, but I know how to ride. Turn-ons, comfortable bowling shoes, buffets, and guys who can take a punch. Turn-offs, filter cigarettes, last call, and guys who fall asleep inside of you.
For Louise, press pound 342.
Lowered expectations. When you've been blown off by the rest, settle for what you can get.
Oh, Malware. Continue telling us about your app.
And when I did do my research to see the one that would bring me more success, that's the one that I chose. And when I went to select an individual, what I did, I didn't just go on a sheer attraction of how the person looked. What I did, I paid a lot of attention to the bio. And if someone's bio is very empty, not a lot of detail, I tend to kind of bypass that bio. The reason why I think
man.
If you kind of look at the bio and pay attention to the bio, that gives you an indication if this person's even a right fit for you on approaching it like this. So I'll give you an example. If this person is an avid swimmer, they're at the beach all the time. They go to rivers to swim. They live in the pool, and you can't swim. You have a fear of water. So that might be an issue because they love water, and water isn't your thing.
Hold on. Wait a minute. What do you mean? Shelby's like, I'm a fantastic swimmer. Where you get that from? He said, you must forgot what I look like. Let me remind y'all of Shelby. In case y'all didn't meet him yet. It is. He's like, wait, what you talking about? That's all we do is swim. Shelby was like, girl, what you talking about? I got flippers for days. What you mean? What you mean? We live under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. Shelby is so disappointed. He said, how dare you go on lowered expectations without me? Yeah, he was like, all we do is swim. Where'd she get that from? So all we do is just hold flippers together and just go with the wind currents in the water. Y'all know oceans have also the wind currents like creates the water current. Those water currents can sometimes go up to 90 miles an hour. It's on Nemo, if in case you need a reference point. Malware, all your friends are on Nemo. Finding Nemo. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. You can't make this up. Y'all, Shelby is so pissed off. Did y'all tell him? He was like, this heifer went on. I can't believe this heifer who went on lowered expectations. She's trying to get a man. How dare you? How dare you betray our trust? Have I not flown this ocean 1,500 years for your love, girl? Yeah. Use a 225 to 199. Stop laughing. Hold on. God, I told you I was going in on you. UJ Shango smell like mild stage 4 gingivitis. Upset stomach and diarrhea. Gingivitis. Oh, man. They don't really have the best toothbrushes built for turtles yet. You got to give them time. Colgate to come up with something. Oh, my God. Y'all Lone Sling in the house. How you doing, honey? I'm coming over to the Candace premiering soon, okay? Yeah, what's going on? I'm just crying over the newest Folgers commercials. Oh, Cheryl. Y'all. Shelby just wants you to come home. He said, just come home, baby. I promise you. We will swim in the ocean together. We'll go to a cleaner part of it. You want to go to Antarctica? Shelby, she's all yours, okay? What she does not want is to go to court with me. You can't make this up. All right, come on, Muppet Malware. Tell us what you've been doing.
So I'm just trying to find an example. Or if this person's a dear devil, they jump out of plane.
Ooh,
They
Lord.
just go
A devil.
Deep water diving, where, you know, it can be a little risky and dangerous hobby, and that's not your thing. So I think when you read their bio, you're getting some, not to say, you know, the bio is 100% accurate, but, you know, you're getting a glimpse of who you're like connecting with. So that was like the key for me. And then I chose to chat for 5 days, to be honest. One was 4.
What?
The connection was nice, and one was 5. I chose to keep the chat. And the reason I picked that app, they also have...
Oh, Shelby's going to be so mad. Girl, he going to disconnect your internet when he find out you've been over here flipping for other men.
Had a feature where you didn't have to exchange your phone number. You're able to talk with the person on the app. I thought that was a very nice feature. Just in case things didn't work out. You're connecting with that person. You still have like a buffer. The app is a buffer for both parties if you don't want to continue it. So I thought that was nice.
What's the app?
That's not something I really like, online dating. I think I shared that with you guys in an early segment that we did. But to be honest with you, it wasn't as bad as I anticipated. It was actually a pleasant experience for me. And I'll let you speak on her experience. So I thought, since we both are single, and yes, this is a relationship chat segment that we have, I thought it would be exciting and fun just to kind of break down why I chose the app that I chose and why she chose what were the features that draw her to that app. And then to share the process.
She never names the app. Y'all, you can't make this up. Is it too hard to come on, Ma. Malware. It's not lowered expectations, girl. Lowered expectations. That's the app. Come on, Malware. It's not that difficult. This was catchy. Mad TV did a fantastic job helping you find Shelby. Yeah, man, there is no loyalty, is there? You just like Umar. You can't stay faithful to one turtle at a time. Girl. He has 0 requirements for you. Y'all, that app has got to be called Shell King Love Making Matching Singles. One of a kind. Like, you can't make this up. It's got to be something monumental.
Process on how I selected my individual, and for her to share the process on how she selected her individual, which I think was fun. So when we'll bring it to you guys, and I think you guys will enjoy it. And you know, the visual, it's one thing to kind of tell someone.
Yeah, Dr. Nene had to change the vocal tone because we transformed it all. So that's why it doesn't even sound like her voice, because we had to, you know, we got to be transformative under Fair Use Act. Because Malware, let me explain something to you. I want you to understand why you're not listening to someone who Googles on Chat GPT for laws. It's a very, very bad idea when you're going up against someone who knows the law. And it's funny as hell. I'm having a good laugh. But my counter is going to show you exactly the legal knowledge I have as well. You did this to 6 other content creators. And for what? Do you understand how ridiculous that is? It's about as absurd as you going on lowered expectations when you got a faithful, loving boyfriend at home. He's 1,500 years old. He doesn't have time for this shit.
Something.
You cheater.
Verbally. And I think it's another thing when you kind of show it, you know, I think that, you know, it just makes the experience a little bit more personal and a little more clear on what the person is bringing forward. So that's that.
Oh.
So like I said, she's traveling with her children.
Oh,
Going
thank you,
to family
S-Files.
for the
I love you,
holiday.
honey.
So when she get back, this is what we'll be presenting to you guys, which I think was a lot of fun to
Fake
do.
little bee in my voice.
And don't go checking for me on no app. I'm already off. We did this for Gina and Marianne chat, relationship chat. So this is just to add some spice and then to enlighten on how to select an app, what the process looked like, and then we documented the date.
Malware, we already found you. You said don't go looking for me. Girl, we found you. Listen. We found you, girl.
Hank, number 574.
Howdy, ladies. I'm
This the man she was trying to chat with on the side. Hank, Malware didn't tell you that she got a boyfriend. His name is Shelby. He's a very powerful sea turtle. She didn't tell you that.
Hank from Waco, Texas, where, believe me, everything's bigger. Talk about your panhandles. And if you were my special gal, I'd treat you like I treat my gun collection. I'd polish your lubia and occasionally take...
Yeah, Malware don't like guns, y'all. She was like, you gotta put that gun up. Shit. Can y'all see it here? Pow, pow. Get the phone, you can see in here. Ugh. Watch out. Watch out. Caleb, you can't hear? You see the video? Y'all can't hear? Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. Let me refresh it. Let me pause. There's no video sound. Lord have mercy. Y'all. Hold on. Let me disconnect. YouTube get finicky like that. It's StreamYard too. It start acting up when you switching between tabs. Oh, come on, man. They're making it harder for my Lord Expectations bit. Did y'all see the Lord Expectations one? Y'all can't hear it, just the vid. Hit the 4 if you can see it here, if you can hear it.
I have 2 amazing interviews to bring. You know, I will bring
you, if you can hear
the profile picture, and then I will bring the date, kind of show it. You know, I think that, you know, it just makes the experience a little bit more personal and a little more clear on what the person is bringing forward. So that's that. So like I said, she's traveling with her children.
Yeah, she's probably doing some
going to family for the holiday. So when she get back, this is what we'll be presenting to you guys, which I think was a lot of fun to do. And don't go checking for me on no app. I'm already
don't go
off.
checking for me.
We did this for Gina and Marianne chat, relationship chat. So this is just to add some spice and then to enlighten on how to select an app, what the process looked like, and then we documented the date to bring. You know, I will bring you the profile picture, and then I will bring the date and picture of us on the date, just to show, not just speak on the process, but to show the actual process.
Oh snap, y'all! Muppet Malware is going on a date. Girl, you gonna show us the picture? Ooh, that's gonna be so much fun. Oh, Shelby, I'm so sorry, Shelby. Y'all, Shelby's gonna be so mad. She gonna take the date to Red Lobster just to add insult to injury. They going to a seafood place.
So I think you all will enjoy that. I'm excited to bring that to you guys. Also, I want to share with you guys.
Long sharks. They have long sharks.
Which I'm very excited. I know. I'm cutting it short. The presentation for the day. I have 2 exciting interviews for you guys now. Date Gina and Marianne relationship chat. It's every Saturday. So moving forward, like when Gina get back, I'm going to make sure I keep it on that Saturday slot, because what we're filming actually on Saturday, but at time I'm uploading it on Sunday.
Oh, shout out to you, user 225. He said the date pic will be as real as the check pic. It's gonna have lowered expectations right across the top. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Malware. We all know you still use dial-up. Don't act like you too good for lowered expectations, girl. Yeah, they gonna have seafood. I miss a super. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hold on. User 225 sent some supers in, y'all. Oh, Lord. He sent the 199 in and said, I know it feels crazy when the shark be Yeah. Oh, user 225 says UJ Sean go spell like mouse for stage for gingivitis. And user 225 says ball talk is soft in that fake low B in my voice. That's how she talk on the phone to Shelby. You know, I'm swimming in the Atlantic Ocean. I figure we can just go and, swim together, get caught up in a current, and let it carry us to Australia. We'll go hang out and then go to the UK and hang out with Francisca. And then we'll let a seagull pick us up in its mouth and drop us off on the boardwalk. And then we're going to have some fried catfish and shrimp. I had to do one for the one time. This is our transformative Fair Use Act video. Okay. We got to transform everything, okay? Transformative Fair Use Act video, because she doesn't understand copyright laws. User 225 said that they pick we as real as that check pic, child. It's gonna be a picture of Pink Big Bird. Y'all, man, that's gonna be something else. She gonna send us a photo of her eating seafood just to confirm that she's still listening to my video. That's for you, Lady Luck. Here's your damn catfish and shrimp.
I'm just a little late, so I'm going to be consistent with that. So that way, those of you who enjoy the Gina and Marianne relationship chat, you'll know we'll have an upload every Saturday. And Urban Corner, we're consistent with that. That's every Thursday. So those who enjoy that, make sure that's every Thursday.
Oh, you can't make this
And
up.
then I will do interview format. I have 2 amazing interviews for you guys this month, which I think you guys will absolutely enjoy.
Malware. If you go to court with me, you have to use the letter S. It's interviews. Okay? That's more than one. The judge will be extra confused. Interviews. Okay? S.
Interviews are nice. They're fun. Especially somebody we want to learn a little bit more about them.
Who's the date gonna be?
And also, I want to share with you guys, I have this security company that I was waiting until everything was final. They'll be accompanying me this summer. I'm going to do something. You guys know I like to change it up a little bit. I am going to do meet and greet with Marianne show and tell. So I'm going to select certain city. And when I do come, if I'm in the neck of the wood, to come out, because the reason I want to do that, I run into a lot of channel member, and the experience has truly been beautiful. It's truly
channel
been fun.
member?
And every time I run into a channel member,
Gina, you cannot be her only channel member. Please tell us you're not the only channel member, okay? Because Shelby counts. Y'all, Sea Turtle lives count. They matter. We love Shelby. Malware, you dirty Muppet.
I do. I document the moment, and I do post the pictures on my post section on my channel. So I think that'll be fun. And each meet and greet, I'll probably bring a nice photograph just to show how that went. So I'm excited about that. I enjoy meeting you guys in person. When the chat was open and we were connecting, it was nice. But I realize when I meet you guys in person and they point out who they are, I'm like, oh, that's you. So that should be fun. That should be fun. So that will start in July. Meet and greet with Marianne and show and tell. So the show and tell consists of I will show some email, I will share voicemail, I will share photograph show and tell. You know, when you're a kid, you bring something you show and you talk about it. And then I will allow my audience to ask questions. It'll be a very engaging process, but keeping it light, keeping it fun.
And if any of you go, can you please ask, where is Shelby right now? Like, what part of the sea is he laying in? He does not appreciate you cheating on him. Who's this guy you talked to for 5 days on this app? Can you name the app? Y'all ask her all those questions. And then let her know. Lady Luck Club said, shell on, you Muppet, shell on. You can't make this up. Thank you for the loan shark. We had plenty of fish that week. You can make this up.
Again, the highlight of it all, it'll be like meeting you guys. So
she's trying to have 2 bar friends.
For all. So that security team will be with me, with my team, the team that
security team
put together to travel with me.
Malware, no one wants to do anything to your ass, okay? Not at all, not even a little bit. You go waste money on a security team, but not give money to the victims of that fire from, the apartment complex your father so-called owned. No, yeah, forget those people. What about all the people who've been scammed by Umar the Oompa Loompa? Are you going to help any of those other people who have lost their money? Because he's not going to open a school. Even with you saying, oh, he's going to open a school, family. It won't be functional, but it's going to be open. No, it's not. It won't pass inspection. And you know there's a permit that's required. Are you going to help those people get their money back? Now, she can open up wine cellars and wineries and shit. She's going to have meet and greets with security detail. It might just be Manny. Manny, no one wants to do anything to your new bestie. What we really, really wanted for her to do is to retract all these false copyright strikes and go somewhere and have several seats. Her and Shelby holding fin and fin, swimming together forever in the Pacific Ocean. We would love to wish her well and tell her go away. No one wants her. But you and Shelby, I don't know, whatever. And whomever is on lowered expectation. The guy from Waco, Texas. No one wants to do anything to her. We want her to leave us alone with these dumbass false copyright strikes and to actually listen to a bar licensed attorney and not you. That's what we want. Yeah, people are going to go there halfway drunk because they're expecting her to bring many, many bottles of wine. It's going to be a drunken monkin section. The Muppet version of Malware is much more fun than the real person. Trust me.
You got haters. You got to have security. Let me stop.
We don't care about you, girl.
It's just something I have to put in place. So that's
girl
what I wanted to share with you guys. So I hope
a security team is too
channel members, if I come in your neck of the wood, you guys participate in something that you guys enjoy, and it'll be nice, like I said, to meet you guys as well. Now, those of you that celebrate Easter,
that's good,
Resurrection Day, I want to wish you all a blessed and happy Sunday. I know a lot of you are probably preparing the home, preparing meal. Some of you are traveling to go with family. So I want to wish you the best. And those of you who don't really participate in Easter. And tomorrow is going to be a chill day for you. Enjoy your space. Enjoy.
Jesus doesn't like liars, okay? And you can celebrate Easter. Try not to lie or say that people falsely violated federal laws you don't understand. Jesus doesn't like liars. It is a mighty high price to pay for lying like hell. You can't make this up. And she's talking about a hater. All because you failed to read. Reading is not fundamental for Muppet Malware.
That time off. And if you have children that are home for the holiday, enjoy your loved one. I think enjoying moment, like free time, that's something that's amazing for mental health. I really believe that I believe in taking time and rejuvenating to regroup, and then it's like a reset button. So I'm big for that. I truly believe in that. I hope it's a blessed day for each and every one of you. In Ohio, we're experiencing beautiful weather. Today was amazing. Now, it rained a little later because I had to make some run to get some chocolate from my table. It'll be garnished, but also as gift from my guests. So it rained, but the weather is holding up beautiful. So we're expecting.
Shelby doesn't mind the rain at all, y'all. He's a sea turtle, okay? He's cool with the water. As a matter of fact, he needs it. Keeps him moisturized. MALWARE, how dare you let Shelby dry out? Oh, you mean Muppet.
And beautiful weather as well for Easter. So, which is nice. Ohio, you guys, we could go from 70 and the next day you got to put on the coat. It's 20 degrees. That's not something that's not it's common for us. Put it that way.
Y'all, it's called weather. Weather. That's how weather works.
So,
God.
I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to keep it sweet. Usually I do this with Gina, but before I leave, let me recap. Like I said, I picked the dating app. I picked the dating app that I felt was a better fit for me because what I learned, I really did my research, and she'll explain her process. What I learned.
She did some research on a dating app, but not on copyright laws. The audacity. How dare you? MALWARE, how dare you research dating apps, but not copyright laws? Is Gina going to tell you that you're wrong? Is she going to tell you might want to contact your attorney? Are you serious? Shelby said he'll help you pay for the attorney's fees. It seems like you're broke as hell if you're resorting to listening to, Manny, I'm so disappointed in you. And he's only using ChatGPT because he didn't go to law school. You can't afford an attorney. How is she affording the meet and greet? Oh, she's going to have a security team. Where is Buster? Have y'all seen or heard from the dog? MALWARE, Muppet MALWARE. I want you to produce this Muppet Buster dog. However, that needs to happen. We're concerned about the dog. We want to know if he's alive and okay. Where is Buster? Hashtag where is Buster?
They're not, the concept is the same for all the dating apps. Each of them gives you their unique feature. Like I said, the one that allows you to talk with an individual without exchanging your real phone number, which the app is a buffer. I like that.
I know, right?
That's a nice feature,
oh my God,
especially for women until you get to navigate who you're dealing with.
She can't research, how checks work, but yeah, she can research a dating app. She won't research copyright laws or Fair Use Act. No, that's But that dating app, lowered expectations is not that even difficult. Been around for decades, girl.
And there's also one that allow the woman to make the first move, which I like that too.
What?
I kind of like that feature, but again, some women prefer the guy to make the same move. Like I said, they all give you their own little feature. So I think it's important to kind of research the dating app to see if it fits you. And if it fits you.
Muppet MALWARE, what move are you going to make first? Are we talking about like the first kiss or the first shelling? Oh, Shelby gonna be so pissed. She's gonna be retracted in her shell for a week, dealing around with Wacos. Yeah, this guy on Lowered Expectation. Hank is his name. Yeah.
I think you'll have a better success rate instead of just picking a trendy dating app or just getting on that dating app because your friend or your brother or your sister or your cousin's on it. See if it fits you to help you get success to get as much.
MALWARE, you can't get on a dating app that your brother and cousins are on. Do you understand how weird that is? She's worried about a security detail. No. We should probably have security detail. You want our personal information. You dumb Muppet. you trying to get our personal information from false copyright strikes. If anybody needs security details, we need them. All the content creators you filed these false copyright strikes against. No, we need the security details. I'm gonna have to get me a Buster. It's gonna be robotic. I can't believe this Muppet. She says she's trying to make the first move on a dating app where her brothers and cousins might be on. You can't make this up. What is it called? Family Triangle Singles 101? What do you
So
mean?
you can out of that damn app. And also, when I was selecting the individual, I really focus in on the bio. I think that's important. I think a lot of people, they get on this. I'm speculating now.
Why?
They're just swiping on attraction.
Oh,
I kind of look
Lord.
at the bio just to see, is this person going to be a fit for me? Because I think in the person bio, it's giving you a glimpse of who that individual is to see if, like, do we have anything in common? Will will this work for the both of us? You know, that kind of stuff. So I was big going. And again, she's going to tell you why she picked her up. She's going to tell you what was her credential for picking her candidate. My biggest one was reading the app to see if that person and I kind of had a connection. And then when I connected with that individual, I kept the conversation about 4 days, meaning the texting conversation. And then I graduated on the phone on the app without exchanging number. And then on the first date, which was present, like I said, I didn't have a negative experience, even though I was.
Oh my God, you went on a first date? You cheated on Shelby. How dare you? Was it your brother or your cousin? Because you just said you just said this app could have your brothers or cousins on it. What do you mean? And she talked about a security detail for the haters. No, I think your own relatives are the ones you might have to look out for. They might not be too happy to know that you've already committed yourself to Shelby the Sea Turtle. I can't believe this. She talking about something that's designed for dating, where her brothers and cousins could be on it as well, using it. Oh dear Lord.
When Gina,
oh dear Lord.
Brought the idea, I cringe a little. I'm like, I don't know, because I don't do dating app. But like I said, it wasn't a bad experience.
Went on a date?
I used precaution, of course.
Did you?
And then even though like I said, the app, the concept is the same. They break down safety feature.
She said she used precaution. Oh my, you realize a plastic trash bag is not proper precaution. Malware, Muppet malware. You can't just use a trash bag. That's not going to work. This is unbelievable. I mean, if it's your brother or cousin, why even go through that?
For male and female. And that's another thing, when you really kind of look over the app to see if it fits you, you can see, hey, I like these feature safety better than this feature safety. So that's how I moved.
Yeah, she's definitely like Umar.
And stuff like that. So when we get back, what we will do, we will be showing the documented date to you guys, to show you guys how the process went for each of us.
She went on
bringing
a date.
The profile picture. We'll be bringing photograph with the person.
No,
we'll be just documenting the date.
No, you can't.
Picture of the meal.
You can't. You can't. You know why? Because that's called doxing. What if this person, your brother or cousin, does not want to be known? You can't bring a photo of someone from this dating app. We have no idea the name of it, and I don't want to know at this point, because you're talking about brothers and cousins using this app. So no, thank you. Lowered expectations would be a better option for you, but whatever this dating app is, it's all yours. But you can't bring a photo of someone else to a meet and greet. They have to give you permission to use their photo. They're not putting themselves out there on their own. It's not like this person, brother or cousin, is saying, I'm the individual she went out on this date with. Here's my YouTube channel. We don't know who that person is. So no, thank you. Do not post his photo. You can't make this up. And she wants to file false copyright strikes against other content creators, but gets mad when we say that you're doing this to get our personal information. You're trying to dox somebody, you weird ass Muppet. You can't make this up.
Just, whatever the date consists of for her. And then what my date consists of, we'll be sharing with you guys. Because since this is a relationship show, we will still do relationship chat, like talk about issue in a relationship.
Dating have long sharks.
That is perplexed for women or perplexed for women. For men, I just thought if people, people that are gauging to get out there to date, that would be a great segment.
It's crazy.
And those who have a significant other who are married, this still be okay for them to see the dating, like give you dating idea to see, what dating idea these people came up with. So
why, if you're married, no. No. Oh, malware, Muppet malware. No, the Bible is even clear on that. Even if you lust in your mind, you've already cheated. What's wrong with you? Yeah, she talks about Easter and Jesus like it's nothing, and yet has no issue with lying and being deceptive and fraud. Bad checks. You can't make this up. Dating apps with cousins and brothers. Like, are you serious?
I think you guys will enjoy it. I really do think you guys will enjoy it. This
individual's disturbed.
And then, like I said, recapping again, I will be doing the tour meet and greet show and tell with Marianne, because every time I ran into some channel member, it has been a delight. I truly enjoy it. So I hope if I come in your neck of the wood, you guys could come out. I know I'm going to enjoy meeting you guys.
No, do not come to my neck of the wood. Keep you and your security detail far, far, far away. Stay away. You talking about bringing photos of these people from this dating app? No thanks. What is the matter with you? And you want married people to see this? Oh, bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. No, what is wrong? Y'all hear this?
And I hope
Muppet malware.
The same thing for you guys as well. And I'm bringing 2 lovely interviews for this month. I think you guys will enjoy.
No S.
And I also want to emphasize to all my channel member, thank you. I'm sending a beautiful message of encouragement, of love. Thank you for all of you that has gone out of your way to do Delay Extra. I want you to know it means a lot to me. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the respect.
You can't make this up.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Here on this channel is about quality, not quantity. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you, and also for all my new paying channel member. I don't want you guys to think that I'm neglecting you guys. I am going to come with a live. I just want to do a little bit more for you guys. It's just that my paying member has grown. And also
her paying member.
Not dropping no name. We got a celebrity in our paying member.
Umar does not count. I thought we established this. Umar is not a celebrity. Unless somehow you've shown your true colors. Muppet malware. You consider him a friend and a celebrity now? Is that what we're doing? Buster has more of a celebrity status with us than you and Umar combined. You understand? Who in the hell is the celebrity? Lord. I have a feeling it might be SpongeBob SquarePants.
Group, welcome. Thank you for joining a little channel like myself. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the content that I bring. I look forward to interacting with you, because on my paying member channel, my members, our chat is open, so I will be engaging with you guys there.
You can't make this up.
I'm going to keep it short. It's just me tonight. Gina isn't here.
This is
but
not
like
short.
I said, I hope you guys are excited with this new concept that Gina and I are bringing to you guys. Documenting, going on an app, documenting, actually meeting an individual, and bringing the experience. I think speaking it and actually showing it just brings a lot of bit more.
Oh my good God.
How would I say, connection to it all? Thank you for all of you who have tuned in. Once again, like I said, tomorrow, Resurrection Sunday. Some of you that celebrate it, I hope you have a blessed and happy Sunday. May you all enjoy tomorrow. And those of you who won't be participating in the holiday, may you have a chill and relaxed day. Again, enjoy your space and be at peace. Thank you for all of you who have shown me love, who have shown me respect. And thank you for supporting the channel. And for some of you, if this is the first time you stumble on the channel, please, if you like what you see here, like and subscribe. Until next time, Marianne, thank you. Which way?
Y'all, this has been brought to you by Lowered Expectations. Y'all, let's give Lowered Expectations a hand clap of praise. Y'all, this is crazy. Oh my dear Lord. Oh, that was too funny. Let's give Lord Expectations a hand clap of praise in celebration of Easter. Malware, please stay away from us. Do not come to our neck of the woods. I'll rebuke you. How you do a dating app where you may have brothers and cousins on it? Oh, y'all. Oh, this is too fun. Oh, let's get in. This last supers up in here, y'all. Use a 225. Thank you so much for all the supers. He said like 6 of them in a row. I appreciate you. Y'all, this has been a very, very fun segment. And I had to do this because, you know, I have to file a counter for her fake ass copyright strike. You can't make this stuff up. I just sent you commercial fits right here with Lori Expectations. Oh man, y'all, this is something else. Oh, and S-File sent us a photo, y'all. Hold on. Oh, y'all, Cheryl sent us a commercial. Let me know. Hit the phone if you can see and hear it.
I must have the wrong house.
Sister. Oh, I missed you so much. They waited up all night for you, you know.
It's a long way from West Africa. Oh, coffee.
He's here.
I brought you something from far away.
Really? Oh.
What are you doing?
Oh.
You're my present this year.
Oh.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
See? I smelled it. He's back.
Ryan, you have to leave.
What? What are you guys talking about? We know what's going on here. We know you're trying to each other.
What? No. Oh, please. Brothers and sisters don't look at each other like that.
He sent you to West Africa for a reason, Ryan, to separate you and your sister.
You're crazy. Oh, yeah? What's this?
He's my present this year.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. We're
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I'm your son, and I'm in love with your daughter.
Oh,
no!
Ryan, what is in that box?
What's in the box, Ryan?
It's mine.
It's a protection.
Unbelievable.
Holy shit.
Emily, I love that we have so much in common because we grew up together. And I just want to wake up every morning to the smell of you and Folgers Colombian dark roast. Emily, will you make me the happiest brother?
Dad! Get off of him! I love him! Oh, no!
Yes, you're
Stop it!
Oh, no!
I just want my brother!
It's Folgers in your cup.
Ow! That's got to be the name of that dating app. Oh, Folgers. The dating app where you can get up with a brother or a cousin. Y'all. That's a dating app. That damn whooped his ass. Oh man, you know my stomach hurt. Y'all, Muppet Malware was telling us how she's on a dating app that can be utilized by your brothers or your cousins. I'm saying like the devil is a liar. What are you talking about? Why would you want to use a dating app that your brother and or cousin might be on? What do you mean? Don't get matched up. She thinks that she needs a security detail to keep and protect her from the haters. Don't anybody stun her ass. No, we need security detail from her and her brothers and her cousins. You can't make this up. Oh, got it fit right in. Malware was the one talking about using a dating app where her brothers and cousins are using it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord, the Lord is so disturbed. There goes Easter Sunday. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you all. Shout out to Cheryl, you all. I have some fantastic mods. I appreciate all of the feedback, the supers, cash apps, Zales. That's going to go towards our virtual rent party. Just so we can sear it in. Muppet Malware, you are dead wrong for cheating on Shelby. Y'all, so we got to end it out with Shelby. He was like, how dare she? I feel so bad for this guy. He's been so faithful. Oh, man. He said it was number love up in the shell. He said the audacity. I can't believe you. And now she's using a dating app and wants married people and brothers and cousins to utilize it. You can't make this up. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. I got another live to get to. We're going to check out Candice sitting here calling Donald Trump gay for some reason. So y'all tune in if you can. If not, I will see you all in the next one. Shout out to all of you. Thank you so much. Much love to everybody. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.